Hello everyone, it is that time again. Time for even more reading and more reading and getting all set here as well. Give me a second, let me get my little Buster's guide at the ready. And then we will begin again. But yeah, hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's surviving. Let's have another good day of this game, eh? I am almost ready. Would it better you get another alarm clock when you're home? Would that be better, Saigusa? Cause I don't know, maybe it would be better. I mean, alarm clocks don't really help me all that much. Everyone, like, listening to this is like, is that what she's saying now? Is that what he's saying? Okay, I am ready just about. Okay. It'll help you wake up more. It'll help wake you up at the times when you are in a bad way. If you can do that, you won't be late all the time. Yeah. In my room, well, Masato's in mine, there's a whole mountain of alarm clocks. I don't know if I even had a drink this morning. I woke up 10 minutes ago. Waking up 10 minutes ago, not good. But it's fine. I'll lend you one, or two. You can pick whichever you like. Yeah! There really is an assortment. Kyosuke has bought us a ton of them. And for some reason, Kengo keeps getting them from second-hand stores for us as well. There's a bunch we never even use. Yeah! Haruka-san? Haruka-san was nodding to my words lethargically. Yeah? You still with me? Yeah, I got it. Just like you said, right? It'll help me not be late. She smiled while repeating my words back to me. As soon as the classes were over, we went to pick out a clock. Where? This is Riki-kun's room. It's a boy's room. No, Saikusa, this is a men's room. Hey, what's this? Where the hell are you sticking your hand? But there's something under the carpet. You stop searching around for random things. You came here for a clock, remember? Ah, that's right. Right you are. Hey, what's that? Why the heck are you looking under our futons now? Ricky, do something about her. Haruka-san, look, here are the clocks. Please choose one. Hey, what are you doing? That's my pillow. Fluffy. Leave my pillow alone. Why are you pushing your face into it? What? This is a boy smell. Your pillow's comfy. Can I borrow it? I'm not gonna lend you that. Look at me with those eyes that accuse me of stinginess. I don't care about alarm clocks. I want Riki-kun's pillow. Hey, Ricky, can I just toss her out of here? Calm down, Masato. But yes, 10 minutes later. Here, Saikusa, here's your clock and a Super Ball. Now get out! You're treating me like some kind of nuisance. This might be bad. Veins were building on Masato's forehead. You are a nuisance! Yeah! He slammed the door closed forcefully. I got thrown out. Haruka-san, you fooled around a little too much. Ooh, I'm sorry. But Riki-kun, thanks. In the end, Haruka-san had picked a few clocks with loud alarm sounds. She had only picked ones with less electric beeping alarms. I guess she has something against bell noises. Suppose I'll just take these to my room. Not the dorm, my room over there. But today's not a homegoing day. What should I do? Wouldn't it be better to get it over with as soon as possible? You're right. I don't want to be late and make everyone angry again. I'll take them over to my house today. What's wrong? Haruka-san looked like she was trying to make up her mind about something. What, Haruka-san? Well, I mean, maybe, what if wanted to show you my room? Riki-kun, what would you do? Suddenly snapping her head up, Haruka-san's face hovered close to mine. I mean, I don't mean anything weird by it. You see, I just wanted you to see how far away my house is. Just so you believe me about how hard it is not to be late coming from there. I don't doubt you. But if you see it, you'll know for certain, right? Why was she asking me? Haruka-san was close enough that I could feel her breath. I felt so embarrassed, I couldn't help averting my eyes. So, what will you do? What should I do? Let's see. Check it out. All of the options are check it out. Yeah. Check it out. Well then, let's check it out. Okay, check it out. It is? You want to? Got it. Then shall we? Yeah, let's. Okay then, let's go. Even Haruka-san was all tongue-tied with nervousness, so you can only imagine how strange I felt. My heart was racing. Why was that? Well, thinking about it, I nodded my head. Haruka-san's house was about 40 minutes by foot from the school. Guess it's about 20 minutes by bike. Haruka-san and I didn't have bikes though, so we had to walk. It was in a residential district away from the bus routes. One of the corners there sat Haruka-san's house. All that walking must have made you thirsty. I'll get us some tea. What do you want? Green tea, black, there's coffee too. I only have instant. Should I go buy some of the real stuff? There's some juice in the fridge too. Orange and vegetable and... or is water better? Or should I make some oolong tea? Haruka-san was spinning her hand around all the while as she spoke. She noticed that she was making my head spin and finally asked in an embarrassing voice, "Is barley tea okay?" Type of tea, roasted barley grains. It's not actual tea leaves. Huh. Yeah, alright, just wait a bit. Haruka-san left the room and closed the door behind her. I turned around slowly, examining the room. The decoration was mainly monotone. The carpet was a light cream white. There's not much in here. There was a bookshelf and a desk in the room. They were more or less empty. The bookshelf was barren. There was not a single stuffed animal on the desk. There were just some writing utensils and a notebook curled with age. Wonder if she just keeps all her stuff at the dormitory. That was probably it. I had imagined her room to be a lot more chaotic. I mean, really, it was way too orderly to be Haruka-san's room. No, rather than orderly, it didn't even look like a room someone lived in. Maybe because they mostly stayed in the dorm? But then, what was with the uncomfortable feeling? Sorry to keep you waiting. Welcome back. Haruka-san returned bearing a tray with glasses. As she entered, the strange feeling dissipated, replaced by one of friendly familiarity. Either. Actually, it's just some leftovers. Yeah! The snacks she produced from the bag were small yellow and brown muffins. This one is, let's see, apricot, and the one you're holding is a pepper muffin. That's one banana, and this one's green tea flavored. I got the tea leaves from Little Cood. Eat whichever you like. I recommend the double berry one. I made it with strawberries I got from the gardening club's garden. The gardening club gave them to you? Of course. Didn't steal them or anything. They gave me the berries for setting up the windmills to keep moles out of their garden. I see. Wait, what do windmills have to do with moles? When the windmill rotates, it transmits a certain kind of vibration into the ground, and that ruins the moles' appetites, or so I've heard. So anyway, that's how I got the strawberries. I took the muffin she had indicated. I split it in two, and the faint smell of butter wafted out. As I put the piece in my mouth, my nose caught scent of a fruit pieces in the dough. Yeah. How is it? Good? Yeah, it's good. The ones you brought before were good too. The chocolate chip ones? You usually use fresh cream on those. After that, you crumble some marble chocolate for the topping. That way they come out much prettier and more colorful. I made these muffins with Komari-chan in mind, so these are just leftovers. Komari-chan loves sweet things, doesn't she? Maybe hard to believe, but old-fashioned Japanese sweets work well for coating muffins. I'm always visiting Komari-chan and the local sweet shops. Oh, I see. And I sometimes take requests and make those. But I can still only make muffins or scones. Wait, so where do you cook these? In the school? The home economics lab, perhaps? There are no ovens in the home economics lab. The cooking class used to have a multi-purpose electric range, but I've been banned from there for breaking it. But then, I give a chagrined smile. Now I use the cafeteria ovens. Without permission? Well, at first I didn't have permission. This isn't a laughing matter, Haruka-san. Now it's okay. I worked out a deal so I can use the ovens. In exchange, I help out in the kitchens on days off and after school. Does the time you have to help out equal the time you use the ovens? I also work in compensation for the eggs I use. Baking powder I have to bring myself. Right now it seems like whenever the lunch lady sees my face, she calls me out. Boo-hoo, my unpaid working hours just keep growing. I wonder if she made her leftover bread snacks using the cafeteria as well. Come to think of it, there were eggs in that too. Do you have a thing for eggs, Haruka-san? Why do you ask? Well, everything you've made up to now has eggs in it. I don't know if I'd call it a thing, but I guess I do sorta like eggs. The very first dish I ever made was a sunny side of eggs. I also started practicing my special egg splitting technique at that time. You mean back when you started doing your first cooking? Yep. Way back when my first sunny side up eggs. Although to be honest, I burnt them to a crisp. That was when suddenly Haruka-san paused. What happened? Oh, it's nothing. Anyway, I guess that's when my cooking repertoire is a bit limited. Actually, I've still only mastered muffins and scones. Lately, I've been trying to make chiffon cake. It's hard. You've been practicing? Yeah, I have. I'm not very good at baking them. They always come out dry. Must be doing something wrong. You'll get the hang of it eventually, I'm sure of it. Really? Even if you're not good at it now, if you keep trying, you'll get better. Will I? She whispered to herself as she listened to me. Can I do it? Will I get better? That's how it was with baseball too, Haruka-san. Didn't even know the rules at the beginning. Didn't you get better after playing catch over and over? Yeah, you might be right, but I'm still not as good as Kyosuke-san. Kyosuke is special. He plays every position perfectly. I was useless during the match. I kept missing the ball. Sorry. Even though I would always practice by myself after school, no matter how many times I do it, I never get better. Completely useless. Haruka-san had laid her head on the low table and was playing with her glass. There are people who can do anything and everything. To those people, I must look like a good-for-nothing. I'm so jealous of those people with talents. Must have a talent too, Haruka-san. Really? For what? She asked, lifting her head. Yeah. Can't think of anything, Riki-kun. How mean. She giggled. Well, I've got one. You're good at livening up a room. If you ask me, I'd try and bring it down. You shouldn't do that. Okay, if you insist, I'll try not to. Thanks, that would be a big help. Roger that. It was a silly conversation. Maybe it was because no one else was around, but Haruka-san seemed a little different than usual. There was something hidden behind her cheerful personality. What could it be? I wondered about the meaning of her showing it to me like this. So at that moment, we heard a car pulling up outside. Haruka-san stiffened. I heard her knee hit the low table with a loud noise. The plate with the muffins and the cups danced a little. No way! Why, today, she's not supposed to come home today. The blood drained from Haruka-san's face. What's wrong? Sorry, Riki, don't worry about it. What am I gonna do? What? No way. What am I gonna do? Is it your family coming home? If that was the case, it could be bad. Finding a boy alone with a girl in her room? Yeah, it could definitely be bad. Began to be very worried. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? But, Haruka-san? Haruka-san was totally freaking out. I guess she might be feeling exactly the same thing as me. Averting her face, she just kept repeating the same thing over and over. It was strange. I couldn't put a finger on what exactly was strange, but something was wrong. It was similar to that uncomfortable feeling I'd gotten when entering the room. The peaceful Haruka-san I'd just been conversing with was gone. Now she was confused, shivering. The doorknob turned with a metallic sound. Haruka, do you have guests? A woman with a laid-back voice stuck her face in. Hello. I stood up in a rush and nervously bowed my head in greeting. My, hello. The woman had a gentle face. If Haruka-san's hair was untied, she were a little older, would she look like this? Haruka, you should have told me you were going to have your friend over. Sorry about that. My daughter's a little careless. Daughter? So that was it. This person was Haruka-san's mother. Haruka, what are your plans? Will you stay for dinner? If you'd like, you can stay as well. Haruka-san. I was about to answer, I realized that Haruka-san was grabbing hold of my trouser leg. She was still trembling. I had to answer, but I didn't know what to say. Oh, you're feeling a little shy. What do I do with you two, really? Felt Haruka-san's arm twitch. When you decide, just let me know, Haruka. Please feel free to stay for dinner. It's been such a long time since Haruka brought someone home. Having said that, she closed the door. We heard her descend the stairs. From below, there was the sound of the door closing, and Haruka-san let out a deep breath. Haruka-san, what on earth? Phew! Haruka-san raised her face with a relieved voice. That surprised me. It was the same old Haruka-san, right? I had to ask myself, wasn't there something off about her voice? Coming home out of nowhere like that? I thought it'd be just the two of us today. But looks like an obstacle has appeared, Riki-kun. Is it rare for your parents to come home? Yeah, I guess. They're really busy with work, both of them. But I don't really see them much. That's right. You mentioned coming home on specific days. Yeah, it's like that. We've arranged our schedules so that we can be home together. Usually it's on the weekend. Yeah, even Haruka sounds surprised. I have nothing to feel guilty about, of course. Right. Haha. Haruka-san's laughter trailed off and she fell silent. Riki-kun, do you want to eat? Won't be as good as the cafeteria, but it's edible. Edible. Yep, it's edible. She repeated the questionable word. It was like Haruka-san was subtly telling me she didn't want me to accept her mom's offer. It's a rare opportunity, so we should accept her kindness. When I gave that answer, Haruka-san made an unreadable face, neither angry nor happy. Or rather, it was like the expression of a lost person, a person whose hopes had dwindled, that kind of face. It seemed like lately I'd only been seeing Haruka-san's most complex expressions. The clock on the wall ticked away. conversation. Huh. Returned to the school together with Haruka-san. Sorry, I wondered what it was she apologized for. Haruka-san hadn't said anything since we left the house. Sorry. You don't have to apologize, the food was good. Haruka-san started to open her mouth, but in the end she didn't say anything and instead shook her head. Thanks, Riki-kun. Thanks, she mouthed again. Thanks for hanging out with me today. How could I respond to Haruka-san in that situation? Before I could come up with anything to say, Haruka-san turned away. See you tomorrow! Bye-bye! Good night! Her twin tails vanished into the dark school building. As soon as she was gone, it hit me that perhaps I should have said, "Can I walk you to the dorm?" I mentally kicked myself for having missed the opportunity. Oh well. Haruka. Oh, after running for a bit, I stopped and turned back. Riki-kun wasn't following me. I clutched my chest. Did I want him to come after me? No, if I was with him any longer, I would definitely. Riki-kun. I plodded along. I have good and bad memories of that room. A house where the people I hate live, when really it should be the house where the people I love live. Never thought of it as a place where I belong, even though I should have. This is interesting. We're in control of someone else. Kind of. I remember the first day I was brought here. That rice bowl and monogram fork. I didn't like chopsticks as I couldn't get the hang of them. I was always clumsy with them and would often get hit for it. Oh geez, go ahead, imagine it. Days when even meals are nothing but pain. That's how my life was. That's why I don't like eating with people. I'm always afraid. Will they get angry? Will they hate me? I thought my monogram fork was some sort of sarcasm. I was incorrigible to those people. I'm such a child. To be so completely set against someone else, even though I should really be happy that my selfishness had been forgiven. But I don't want to say I like them. I don't hate them, but I don't like them. I want to be there, but I don't. Despite that, why did I invite Riki-kun to my room? It was like one of those comedic dramas I saw after starting school. I wanted to see what it was like to invite a boy to my room. I was curious how it would feel. In the dramas, when a boy goes to a girl's room, they'd get flustered. Did Riki-kun get flustered being in my room? Wonder how he'd react if I told him he's the only boy who'd seen it. But I'm like this, so going there is probably as far as Riki-kun would go. I'm not good enough. Definitely not good enough. All I do is screw up over and over again. He came today. I was really happy. No matter how many times I invite him, I'll never get used to it. It'll break my heart if he turns me down. My body and mind will crumble and I'll be unable to think. To be thought nothing of by the person you like. Being ignored was so painful. I don't have any confidence like other girls. I know I'm not cute and I'm scared of strangers. Because I was the unwanted child, other people saw me like that too. Oh dear. Even if I was told to pluck up the courage, there was nothing that would receive it. It wasn't someone else's fault. It's because I'm me. I shouldn't be me. If I am, people won't need me. So I started acting like a buffoon. They probably called out to me on a whim. There couldn't have been any real reason to it. I remember that spring day. I didn't know what to do. It was a conversation that occurred on a bench in the courtyard where I was just killing time. You look pale. Are you okay? Are you sitting here because you don't have anything to do? Oh, I know. If you're free, why not play kick the can with us? I was returning from transporting some documents for the homeroom teacher. On my way down the stairs, I noticed a girl peeking into the corridor. Wonder if I overdid it. Haruka-san? Whoa, it's just really good. What's with the reaction? A grimace in chagrin. What's wrong? Never mind, I don't even need to ask. At least ask, that's cold. You're being chased, right? This time I'm not being chased. What's with that pause? I'm being followed. That means the exact same thing. I can't believe they're out to get me even when I'm just walking normally. What a bother, don't you think? Like it's someone else's problem. How could you act so victimized when I'm sure those are marbles bulging in your jacket pocket? I'm sure those prefects in pursuit have taken preemptive action to keep her from playing some prank with them. There's no need to sneak around here if you're innocent, I mean. But the prefects think I'm their nemesis or something. Well, it was orders from the top. What a boring bunch. My dry smile returned. I cannot exactly call Haruka-san, the frequent disturber of the public peace, innocent. But for some reason, every time I met with this troublemaker, I was feeling a growing sense of incongruity. Was it because of that scene in front of the vending machines, or was I thinking too hard? The boring one here is you. A voice came out of nowhere, causing Haruka-san to jump a little. Oh, count 1. Wasting time. The meeting has started. The encounter. Count 2, wasting your energy. Count 3, pouring your efforts into frivolous matters. There stood a girl wearing a crimson armband. It was someone I had passed by in the hallway occasionally. Futaki-san, the head prefect. Haruka-san definitely averted her gaze. That's just the way I am. It was definitely not her usual self. Her words were biting, stinging, and thinly veiled attack. She had gone into the insolent mode reserved for dealing with the prefects. Just because I hit the nail on the head? Really now? She gave an arrogant laugh. Haruka-san made to talk back, but she couldn't seem to find the words. She just whispered something. Whether it was an insult or foul words, I couldn't make out. You'd better mend your ways while you still can, Haruka Saikusa. Her holier-than-thou attitude was starting to piss me off. Regardless of her history, Haruka-san hadn't done anything now. You too, that is. You just never learn. Haruka-san kept averting her gaze. What's your relationship with her? She asked while looking straight at me. I don't think I need to answer that. Oh? Even though I have every right to ask, well, never mind. Even just being near her is enough to stain your student life. Wait, Riki-kun has nothing to do with this. Wasn't doing anything. He just stopped by to talk. It's not like we're even friends or anything. Close enough for you to be on first-name basis, it seems. Wait, no, he has nothing to do with me. Haruka-san began to protest in a fluster. Well, it is, as she says. She said that while glancing at me. Her mouth formed a twisted smile. I couldn't see anything but that sneering smile. If you're expecting me to denounce her just because she said that, sorry to disappoint, I doubt there's anyone who would do that. Right, if a person like that existed, they'd be trash, wouldn't you say? Upon hearing my reply, the girl turned back to Haruka-san, her smile dripping venom. So you were trying to bait your dear friend into becoming that kind of trash, huh? You really are the worst. Haruka-san bit her lip and lowered her head. It was like she had already predicted what I would say, and she used it to set up her attack on Haruka-san, which she repeated again. The worst. Haruka-san fled. Haruka-san! I ascended the stairs and was about to chase after Haruka-san when the girl called out to stop me. Don't worry, Haruka Saikusa is used to this kind of thing by now. That's not the problem. Oh, come on. She's nothing but a troublemaker, right? Started to take off again. Wait. Her voice trailed after me as I left. Are you like that with Kud in your room too, Futaki-san? I asked while looking at her. It has nothing to do with you. I wonder what Kud would say if she heard that. That also has nothing to do with you. That's a bit harsh, isn't it? Futaki-san left without responding. Looked for Haruka-san after that, but couldn't find her. I wonder if she returned to the dorm. I gave up and went back to my own room. The following day, after I'd run into Haruka-san and Futaki-san, both of whom had been acting weird, with homeroom over, today's classes were finished. I scanned the noisy classroom. What's up, Ricky? You're acting all antsy. Started to push my binder into my bag, but then paused deep in thought. Haruka-san, she wasn't here today. I texted her in the morning, but there'd been no response. Now that you mention it, I guess that's why it was so peaceful today. Kyosuke descended sickly from the window. Slickly. What's the matter? Oh, nothing. Just pointed out that Haruka-san didn't come here today. Well, that's bound to happen occasionally. She's in a different class after all. It's actually more normal for her to not show up here. Well, yes, but it might have had something to do with the thing yesterday. If you were worried, why not go and check for yourself? Well, that's true. You're gonna go see Saigusa on purpose? You're gonna get caught up in that whatever trouble's brewing, curiosity, and cats and all that. If you're worried, it's better you go check. Right, got it. You're right, Kyosuke. Thanks. Stood up from my seat. What's going down? Class is over and it's time to party? Kengo came up to us. Well, there was just something I wanted to check out. Pardon him. Sorry. Well, whatever. Thanks, Kengo. I left the classroom. Right, time to look for Haruka-san. Just to make sure, I tried calling her cell. Nothing. Looks like the power is off. I have to take the direct approach. Where should I meet up with her? Come to think of it, I never thought of actually going to meet up with her before. It's always been Haruka-san that runs into me. So when I tried to think of places that I could go to Haruka-san, I drew a blank. Thinking like this, I really don't know anything about Haruka-san, do I? Which class was she in again? I got the feeling she often skipped. Student list in the faculty office would have her listing, but going there and asking, which classes started Saigusa-san in, would be too embarrassing. She's in the same year, so I should just ask in the classes around here. It should work out. I walked down to the corridor. She's not in this class, thanks. I thanked one of the guys that was still in the classroom and shut the door. So not here. I muttered this to myself as I wandered around near the center of the school building. I could be rushing into something downright messy. Something very important to Haruka-san. Should I really keep searching for her? Continue searching or give up? Continue searching. Continue searching. And continue searching. For both of them. Continue? I just can't get yesterday out of my head. I shook my head to clear my thoughts. Had she taken what the head prefect had said to heart? Haruka-san might be trying to avoid me. If that was the case, I had to tell her that she should ignore the things Futaki-san had said. On the way, I ran into Kud. Haru desu, Riki! It's rare for you to come to this part of the school. Haru, Kud, isn't the same true for you? It's normal for me, since my roommate is here. Ah, I see. Just now we're going over some questions for the Baku, Baccalaureate, and Apitoya. Aperture. Kud clapped her hands, looking like she had thoroughly enjoyed herself. Stuff like give proof as to why the sky is blue, or give geometrical proof for the Platonic theory of geoelectricity, centricity. Wahoo, it was so exciting! Is that so? Somehow I could picture her talking on and on without pausing to give her roommate time to speak. Sorry, Ricky, were you in the middle of something? Please pardon me, I didn't mean to interrupt. Kud bowed politely. Oh, Ricky, excuse me. See you, bye-bye. Right, bye-bye, Kud. After I saw Kud off, I started walking again. This is the last one. Excuse me. Ah! Without thinking, I took a few steps back. Did you need something? Well, the one who appeared was none other than the head prefect. In other words, the girl named Kanada Futaki. In other words, the one that looks kind of like Kud. She even has the same, hair thingies. Futaki-san, how rare to see you around here. What do you need? Her face was completely expressionless, neither friendly nor unfriendly. Just had something to ask. And what is that? Is Haruka-san in this class? When she heard my question, Futaki-san quirked her lips a little. When I saw that expression, I instantly regretted having asked her. You're a curious one, Riki Naoe. I heard that a lot. Stop. You don't really have the right to order around a fellow student, Futaki-san. Who I want to see is up to me. See? Futaki-san said it with a mockery of shock. No, I didn't mean it like that. You didn't mean it like what? Huh? You're just friends, right? That's... Oh, can't answer right away. Futaki-san seemed to get lost in thought. I wonder if that's a problem or not. I don't really care about any of that. I'm asking if Haruka-san is in this class. She is. She gave me a simple reply. You don't know? You didn't know? No, I didn't. It was frustrating hearing Futaki-san say it, but it was true, so I couldn't deny it. But Haruka Saikusa is not here right now, probably off playing around somewhere. Futaki-san added that not even Haruka-san's bag was there. I see. Well, I guess that's that. Suppose I'll just have to leave it at just finding out Haruka-san's class. Would be better to not worry about her about it now. Send her a text and talk to her tomorrow. Thanks. Stiffly thank Futaki-san for her time and return to the corridor. Aren't you going to ask? Suddenly I heard her voice from behind me. I turned back. What am I supposed to ask? But you want to know why Haruka Saikusa didn't tell you what class she's in? What are you trying to say? She wasn't hiding it or anything. There was just never a reason to mention it. Why not? Why not? You're going to use the excuse that she didn't tell you because you didn't ask? Didn't you think there was some kind of reason? Can you get to the point? If you want to say something, just spit it out. What a simpleton. Futaki-san shrugged. Hiding things from others isn't something good folks do. Everyone has one or two secrets, don't you, Futaki-san? I don't make a big deal out of what class someone is in. Futaki-san gave a derisive laugh. Decided that conversation was over and started to walk away. Coming back here again will be pointless. She's never here, after all. This isn't a place for Haruka Saikusa. Didn't respond to Futaki-san and instead continued walking. Man, she gets on my nerves. Anyway, for now I'll just text Haruka-san. Decided to send a note saying, don't worry about what Chief Futaki said. And sent. Returned to the corridor. During lunch break, I was on my way to buy some juice when I saw a very odd pairing. Yo-ha-do! It was Kud. She was doing something in front of one of the courtyard benches. Kanata-san, I got your shadow! Kudravaka, you really like this game, don't you? You could say that. I'm a shadow tag maniac! Shadow Stitch Jutsu! Don't you think you're a little silly doing that, Kudravaka? Haha, sorry about that, waffle! Well, it's fine by me. Though I like playing shadow tag best in the evening. Ah, I see. In the evening, even short people have tall shadows, right? Waffle, how did you guess it was because of that? But I think I can see the fun in playing shadow tag, though it seems like the kind of game one would play alone. Kanata, were you like that as well? Me? Who knows? Futaki-san glanced in my direction. Caught by surprise, I averted my gaze. Well, I'm off. Okay, please take care of Stravka. Futaki-san stood up from the bench and left the courtyard. Kud. Ricky, what's up? Do you often hang out with that person? I do. Is something the matter with Kanata-san? She looks like a hard person to approach, but she's really nice. Did you have something you wanted to talk with Kanata-san about? No, it's nothing. I was just curious. Oh, I guess it's alright then. Parted with the slightly confused looking Kud. Yeah, don't worry about it, Kud. Haruka-san was walking hurriedly down the hall. Right? Haruka-san, flustered by your speed, I called out to her and gave chase. Haruka-san stopped, looking somewhat sullen. Did you need something? My thought processes stalled for a second. What was that? It felt like the exact same tone of voice I had heard earlier. What? I didn't really need anything specific. Oh, then, bye-bye. Wait, Haruka-san. I grabbed Haruka-san's arm as she made to walk away. That hurts, Riki-kun. Sorry. I hurriedly released her. Did you read the text I sent you? Text? Oh, that, yeah. I read it. Oh, well, I'm really not bothered by that stuff. I mean it. Just wanted to tell that you in person, Haruka-san. Thanks. Her reply was blunt. Was that all? Yeah. Fine. Haruka-san pondered for a moment. Why do you even care about me? What? Nothing. Never mind. Oh, that's right. Your classroom is all the way at the back of the school, right? But you get nice sun in there. In response, Haruka-san directed a puzzled expression at me. Yeah, you're right. Was finally found out, huh? How did you find it? Let's see. Saw it in the class register. Heard it from Futaki-san. It's in the class register for this one. I'm just gonna do a little save if you don't mind. I heard it from Futaki-san. Futaki-san's told me or whatever. Haruka-san was silent. Crap. I'm usually not there, but only during class really. Besides that, I never stick around there. Nothing good would come of sticking around. Need something, I'd rather you tested me that I can come my will. Also, I'd like you to not ask the people in class about me. You see, I'm an outcast. An outcast? That's right, the classroom isn't where I belong. There's no one who'd say that they want me there. Don't even talk to me. It's the same as if I'm not there. Everyone's always saying if we had a big enough eraser, we'd erase unnecessary people like you. Haruka-san cast her eyes down. No, on the first day there wasn't any place for me here. Haruka-san, of course Riki-kun's class isn't where I belong either. I know that. Everyone's nice so they don't say it. But even though I'm an idiot, I still get that much. I'm unnecessary. Definitely won't change. Couldn't read Haruka-san's expression at all after she lifted her head. It was like she was just indefinitely spitting out the words. And plus, you have weird rumors started following you around. I want you to tell me because I'd hate to cause you any trouble. Now this is a selfish request. Okay, got it. Bye-bye Riki-kun. Yeah, bye-bye Haruka-san. Watch as Haruka-san walked away. That evening in the hallway, another day draws to an end. Through the windows I could hear the various clubs having their activities. Do you have a minute, Riki Naoi? A sudden voice called out to stop me. You wanted me? I asked with a little hesitation. I'll be blunt. I'm acting chummy with Haruka Saigusa. What the hell do you mean by that? I asked in a slow and deliberate tone, biting off the words. I didn't hold back. She was telling me in so many words to stop saying Haruka-san. There's no special meaning. I'm telling you to stop. I did not answer. That was the clearest way I could express my rejection of her words. Riki Naoi, do you not understand Japanese? Futaki-san slowly lifted up her right hand and waved it in front of my face, as though making sure I had all my wits about me. I already told you the reason behind this. Do you not remember? You're pretty forgetful. Futaki-san tried to leave after saying that, but he called out to stop her. Futaki-san. What? I don't have time for frivolous questions, Riki Naoi. I thank you for the warning. When I said that, Futaki-san laughed through her nose. Even though you have no intention of listening to me, she was right. The gratitude was purely sarcastic. I don't know of anyone who would blithely obey the order from another to stop befriending someone else. But you're correct in calling it a warning. I wanted to tell you before you two get hurt. But it's you, so I guess there's no helping it. She said this and this time disappeared around the corner of the corridor. I saw a girl standing by herself looking lonely. Her long hair was hanging down unbound, as one might leave it before going to bed. Behind, I felt sort of recognized her, and sort of didn't. Haruka-san? I called out with uncertainty in my voice. The girl turned to face me. She was holding barrettes in her left hand. You are Haruka-san, aren't you? She had been crying. When she recognized me, she covered her face with her hand. What's wrong? It's nothing. How come you had to ask if it was me? Well, seeing your hair untied like that threw me off. Sitting alone behind a desk in my room doing homework. It was a quiet evening. I was wondering what everyone else was up to. I was the only person left here. Everyone else must have gone out somewhere to have fun. It was just that quiet. Really, everyone was getting the same amount of homework in our class, so I couldn't just be playing around. Everyone must be similarly busy with their homework. Phew, that's enough jogging for today. Everyone but this guy. Alright, time for some abs workout. Why didn't you do that outside as well? Decided to work out in the room wherever I can. Why? Because that's where you are. Why else? Huh, is that why? Is it strange? Shouldn't it be a given since we're friends? No. I so like that no of yours. No. You're funny. He started with his abs workout on the floor, still laughing. Returned to my desk. Phew. You only heard his intermittent breathing. It was just so real it easily blew away all those delusions I had before. Reality was really comforting to me. Didn't want these days to end. Maybe I had just been blessed too much, but I wish these days would continue for as long as they could. I prayed. Perhaps that was blasphemy, but if so, then God is cruel. Thought to myself as my consciousness faded away. What about Haruka-san? Could there have been something else, something more than I could have done for her? But that thought also melted away with my consciousness. I was falling through the endless darkness. Now that I think of it, just where did that dream of mine go? Yay! Bad ending! Woo! Okay, let's try again. I saw it in the class register. It was on the class register. In the faculty office? Yeah. You asked the teacher, huh? I guess that's that then. Sorry, I didn't mean to pry. It's fine. Sometimes it's something you can find out easily enough after all. As long as Futaki didn't tell you. But odd, shouldn't it have? Haruka-san murmured something under her breath. What was that? It's nothing. So anyway, I'm just wanted to tell you that, I said it before too. So? Thought I'd like to come visit you in your class for a change sometimes. Ooh, I blurted out something strange without meaning to. Haruka-san was pop-eyed. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Hey, since I completed one ending, I can close, bad ending 1. Ooh. Now I gotta look at, the different one. Okay, we're fine. I was feeling incredibly embarrassed. Thanks, Riki-kun. You're welcome. Well, I got stuff to do, so I should run. Ah! Haruka-san looked back over her shoulder as she turned to leave. Sorry for not telling you about my class. You were searching for it? Yeah. I'm usually not there. Well, only during class, really. Besides that, I never stick around there. Nothing good would come of sticking around. If you need something, I'd rather you texted me, and then if I can come, I will. Okay, got it. Bye-bye, Riki-kun. Right, bye-bye, Haruka-san. Watch as Haruka-san walked away. After school, I was taking out the garbage bags when I spotted a familiar face. Cood, what's up? Yes? Ah! Cood dropped the black plastic bag she'd been carrying onto the concrete. Made an unpleasant sound like that of ceramics and metal rubbing together. Did you need me for something? Well, no, but what's wrong? Your face is pale. No, I'm fine. Riki? Cood started to say something, but then shook her head. It's nothing. Cood left, swaying a little on her feet. I wonder what was up with Cood. You'll be in the way if you keep standing there. Sorry, huh? It was Futaki-san, a gray cardboard box in her arms. Do you want some help with that? No need. Futaki-san rejected my offer without a second thought, and then proceeded to sit down the box in the garbage area. It's really too much. Just how many times? As she straightened her breath, she began to mutter to herself under her breath. There was a pile of books in her hands. I glanced at their spines. The titles all had to do with aerospace engineering, propulsion, and things like that. She sure reads some tough books. What? Nothing. I stood up and stepped out of the garbage area. After I had gone a few steps, I halted. I looked back. Futaki-san was still in the same spot, flipping through the books. What was she doing? Tilting my head in puzzlement, I walked back toward the classroom. That evening in the hallway, another day draws to an end. Ah! Riki-kun! As they walked along gloomily, a voice called out and made us stop. It belonged to Haruka-san. What's up? You're making a scary face. Is it really that scary? Yep, totally. It's a face heavy enough to freak out Marty McFly. Haruka-san pulled on her own cheeks and made a face. Our future is heavy, isn't it? She said this whole frivolously laughing at the nonsense. Haruka-san? Started to talk but then let out a sigh. Really, I wondered if she already knew about the whole affair. What kind of face would she make if I told her someone had instructed me not to get near her? Well, most of the time, she was just stringing me along anyway. It's nothing. My answer was rather blunt. Why was I worrying so much about this? Was something upsetting? Why? Futaki-san had said those words, and a certain felt my heart rebel strongly against them. What was wrong with me? Oi, yo? Haruka-san looked surprised for a moment. Hey, Riki-kun. Haruka-san, do you have a little time? If I said I didn't, I said the words without thinking. Felt a numbing tingle somewhere in my heart as I said it. Don't worry, I won't make trouble for you. Her words surprised me. Without even a displeased look on her face after my unkind words, she just tilted her head with her hands joined behind her. Do you have time? Haruka-san asked me with a serious face. Alright. The answer is yes and yes. Boop. Yeah. Come this way. Haruka-san guided me to a classroom and I stepped in. Interior-wise, it should have been the same as my own classroom, yet it was different. The bulletin board in the back, the arrangement and number of desks, they were just minute differences, but they added up to create a strange feeling as though I had entered a different realm altogether. I like rooms where there's no one else, ideally anywhere else than my own classroom. Haruka-san murmured quietly. It's like it becomes a different place. Without realizing it, Haruka-san had basically voiced my thoughts. It's surprising there's no one here. Usually a student or two should still remain in the class at this hour. Maybe they're all busy with their clubs or something. I wondered which class this room belonged to. Needless to say, the time schedule written in the blackboard was different from the one I usually saw. Come here, come here. Haruka-san took me to the back of the classroom where there was an open space. The evening sun was shining in through the window. And look at that green phone. Wow. Haruka-san plopped herself down on the floor. Alright, you take a seat too, Riki-kun. Sit. Haruka-san patted the floor next to her. Haruka-san, won't you get your skirt dirty? Doesn't bother me, so no worries or hurries. Sitting around on the floor without a care in the world, she really was like a child. Smiling wryly, I sat down next to her. From the floor, I looked up at that window. Orange-colored light streaming in to fill the room. From my lower perspective, I discovered that the classroom really did feel larger. Here! Wait, what's this? It's an earphone. Haven't you ever seen one? Well, I have, but why an earphone? Ta-da! Haruka-san brought out her cell phone. Flip! She set a part of the cell phone up, revealing the keypad with a small sliding noise, followed by a click. Let's listen to some music together. I opened my mouth, feeling a little bewildered. Isn't that sort of a non sequitur? Hey, keep your voice down. Haruka-san shushed me while placing one finger against my lips. I don't want to get caught here by the prefects again. Again? Haruka-san withdrew her finger and murmured. Yeah, again. Haruka-san plugged in the pair of earphones and handed me the one with the longer cord. There was an L marked on the earphone. Finally, I understood what Haruka-san wanted me to do. Come a little closer or I won't reach Riki-kun. Okay. I clumsily scooted closer to Haruka-san. For an instant, I caught a pleasant citrusy scent wafting from her hair. Soon, we were shoulder to shoulder. Regardless of our uniforms being in the way, I felt awkward pressed against the warmth of her body. Well then, let's play! A slightly strange and melody began to play through the earphones. Haruka-san, this song gets kinda weird. Sorry, it's a little unusual. I made it myself. You made it? Yep, when was that? My memory's a little fuzzy. You made it that long ago? I think in April? That's no time ago at all. Haruka-san, are you telling me you have some kind of teenage amnesia? Well, why are you looking at me like I'm some kind of dim-witted kid? You're so mean, but... Anyway, setting that aside, what's this song called? I'm being brushed aside, boo-hoo. Anyway, the song's title is From Melmac with Love. I silently swiped Haruka-san's cell phone and punched the next song button. We're just about to get to the best part, and I spent so much time on it too. You're so mean, Ricky-kun. I ignored Haruka's protest and continued to hit the next button. After a few presses, I found the girly pop song with a good tempo and finally returned the cell phone. Ricky-kun, do you know this vocalist? Only by name. I think I remember seeing it on a TV program for her new release. It's not a new release, it's been around for a long time. Oh, well, anyway, it's a good song. I think so too. I think we have similar tastes. Displaying the number of songs left on the playlist. Starting at 13, it went down one by one. There were a lot of rather short songs, but by number 10, I was listening intently. There were clean, calm female vocals. It was a Western song. Oh, you listen to jazz music too? Only since I've been at this school that I've listened to several types of music, especially like this song by Suzanne. Doesn't it sound like the word Haruka is mixed in at the beginning? Really? It was because it was a remix, but the fuzzy voice was hard to hear. It could be like she said or not. I couldn't really tell. I was over at Haruka-san. What's up? Noticing my gaze, she dropped the serious expression and started smiling. I was just thinking it'd be nice if you were always this laid back. If I were, would Masato-kun and Kengo-kun talk to me more? Maybe. The song ended. Haruka-san hit the stop button. That's enough. You're the one I want to play. You're the one I want to pay attention to me. Eh? Just kidding! It's a joke, just a joke. Yeah, ha ha! Well, I've got stuff to do, so we'll call it a day. Call today a day. Bye, Ricky-kun. Bye-bye. Yeah, see ya. Haruka-san and I went our separate ways. Haruka-san, after school. When I saw Haruka-san, I called out to her. Ricky-kun! When Haruka-san recognized my voice, she gave me a small, startled jump. Yeah, Ricky-kun. Really did show up, just like you always do. You're the one who always runs into me. I was talking nonsense straight off the bat, just as always. Yeah, I guess you could put it that way too. Were you headed somewhere? Haruka-san had a hammer and pliers poking out of one of the pockets of her school uniform. The other pocket was bulging as well. Ricky-kun, do you have time? Sure, I'm not busy. Then, wanna do it with me? Do what? When I say it, I mean it. First it's like, nah, then there's hint, then it's time for the sticky stuff. Then sticky, and it'll feel really good. Haruka-san let out a relaxed sigh with a dreamy look on her face. So, let's? Haruka-san whispered the question, still dreamy-eyed. Sure? While I nodded, I felt my heart picking up tempo for some reason. Hey, Haruka-san. What is it, Ricky-kun? So, what exactly is this sticky stuff happening? The comes first. Here, press on the board here. Press it. Okay, got it. I pressed on the seat of the wooden bench. Haruka-san hammered it on it from above. Tap, tap. The cautious rapping of the hammer went. Okay, next is the hidden part. Right, got it. I bent some of the plywood back. Like this? Yep, that's good. Now for the sticky stuff. Haruka pulled out a tube of glue, then applied it on the joint of the bench. Haruka-san, why are you doing bench maintenance? Because this bench is damaged, right? Well, I mean, I get that, but a well-maintained bench feels good. Like when I'm taking a nap while cutting glass. Are you sure you should be napping instead of going to class? Yeah. Well, I guess it's about done. Haruka-san softly stroked the back of the bench. We got a strong bond, this bench and me. When I first started school here, we used to sit here all day long sometimes. Sorry to try to put you to work all of a sudden, Riki-kun. Well, I'm the vice president of the maintenance committee, so if you ask me to help, of course I will. Ah, that's right, I did say something like that. Haruka-san mumbled, smacking herself lightly on the forehead. That's harsh, you forget? Made a dumbfounded face as I stared at her with my hands on my waist. Yeah, I would have forgotten. But you remembered? Well, it was something meaningful to me at least. Haruka-san slipped the hammer and screwdriver back into her pocket. Looked like the job was finished. I see. Something wrong? Nope, thanks Yuki-kun. No problem. Makes me happy fixing up stuff not just for myself, but for everyone. When I said that, Haruka-san gave me a rather bemused smile. You know, Riki-kun, right when Haruka-san opened her mouth to continue, that bench is marked to be scrapped, Riki Naoi. It was a cold voice. Futaki-san. I looked over my shoulder, and there she was. There were signs posted prohibiting use of this area during lunch. I wonder who it was that tore them down. Haruka-san was silent. What are you talking about? We're scheduled for a new bench to be put in, and thus we'll be removing this one. The rough wood on it has become a sliver hazard. There we go again. Haruka-san murmured. I've already discussed this with you also, is that not right? It'd be fine if we just fix it. Haruka-san mumbled sullenly to herself. It won't be fine, that's the point. It would be too expensive to get a professional to repair it properly. Even though we already cleared this with all the board, why are you still making trouble? The bench is better, I keep telling you. Haruka-san started to formulate a weak comeback, but Futaki-san cut her off. I don't have to listen to your selfish complaints. Therefore, Haruka Saigusa, what you've done here is meaningless. I even specifically warned you about this earlier. Under the fierce scolding, Haruka-san hung her head in dejection. I noticed that her clenched fists were beginning to tremble. You took it upon yourself to fix the frame of the old bulletin board also, right? And you made a total fuss when it was time to switch out the whiteboards. As for this, I get it already. You don't have to keep saying it. Haruka-san's head snapped up as she cut Futaki-san off. Your actions are... I get it already, give it a rest! Haruka-san yelled to drown out Futaki-san's voice. In a rejection of those words of reprimand, she shouted at the top of her lungs. It'll be fine if I stop, won't it? Haruka-san made as if to kick the bench. Haruka-san? But she let her foot drop back to the ground. Looked like her self-control had got the upper hand before she could actually kick it. In her irritation, Haruka-san began stomping her foot on the ground. The screwdriver slipped out of her pocket. In her blind rage, Haruka-san jolted it away. You're always like this, getting in my way. Haruka-san, quit it. Stop it, Haruka-san. I cut Haruka-san's arm and held her back as she tried to grab for Futaki-san. What's this? Isn't your anger a little misplaced? How unseemly, Haruka Saigusa. You're the one in the wrong here. You even admitted it yourself. For heaven's sake. I somehow managed to drag Haruka-san, who had been planting her feet firmly on the ground, away from the bench. Futaki-san. I addressed her while I tried to turn Haruka-san away. What? Is it really necessary to preach at Haruka-san like this for the things she's done? Haven't I only given a clear reason why she shouldn't have done the things she has? But even so, you still don't have to talk to her like this way. Ah, what's this, Haruka Saigusa? As I begin to defend Haruka-san, an insinuating tone crept into Futaki-san's voice. A friend only, was he? And yet, now you're having him fight your battles. So anyone who gets in the way of what you want to do is in the wrong. And then you throw a fit and make another stand up for yourself. Why don't you speak with your own mouth? But no, it's too much to ask of you. You've always been like this. You completely ignore the trouble you cause for others. So now that you've gotten someone else embroiled in your troubles, what are you going to do? You're the worst. The worst. Haruka-san was gnawing at her lip. Haruka-san. Yeah, that's right. I just caught her at the bench. Futaki-san had pulled out her cell phone and was making a call to somewhere. Come pick it up. Thank you. After a short while, a group of prefects showed up. Ah, Chief, you found her? What should we do with the bench? Break it. What? Futaki-san, that's... Stop it! No. Go ahead and break it. Now. After a flat refusal, Futaki-san issued her order to the prefects. Why are you always doing things like this to me? Haruka-san reached out her hand, but the orders were executed efficiently. The prefects promptly began to trash the small wooden bench. Crack. Haruka-san gasped. At last, Haruka-san averted her gaze from the scene. Crack! After a few moments, with a horrible noise, the bench Haruka was here with the chalk again? If so, I should stop her. Haruka-san! Just as I was calling her, Haruka-san turned her head and saw me. Her face was ghastly pale. Her lips moved. Can't be. Her lips soundlessly seemed to form those words. All of a sudden, she began to furiously move the blackboard eraser in her left hand. Haruka-san? I approached the teacher's desk. You found me! And here I was just about to do some scribbling. You got some good timing, Riki-kun. Looks like Haruchin's in a pinch. Ah, so she has been planning to do some graffiti there after all. I smiled wryly. You can't do that, Haruka-san. The prefix will be after you again. Yeah, right. Haruka-san's left sleeve was pure white with chalk dust. Must have been drawing something quite sizable on the board. What was I supposed to do with her? Really don't learn, do you, Haruka-san? Even after Masato yelled at you like that before? Ooh, Masato-kun's noogie hurt. Haruka-san made a show of holding her head. So anyway, see ya! Suddenly Haruka-san's body stiffened. Futaki-san? The door had been flung open. From the corridor, Futaki-san was staring at us with an unreadable expression. What are you two doing? Doing? I'm just here to grab a textbook I forgot. What are you doing? Futaki-san was suddenly yelling. But wait a sec, Futaki-san? Riki Naoi, what are you doing? Behind the front of aggressive questioning somehow I caught just a hint of panic or confusion. Like I said, I forgot one of my books. As I answered, slightly bewildered by how Futaki-san was acting, I was interrupted by Haruka-san. Stop it. Eh? Her flat voice startled me. Stop it. You have no right to question us, to be questioning us. I get it now. I worked it all out. You're the one behind this. Futaki-san was silent. Haruka-san was staring at Futaki-san, her eyes ablaze. They were almost glowing with what? The closest I could come to describing it was a deep, dark, and raw emotion. It was hatred. I'm not sure what kind of misunderstanding you're having. I just happened to be passing by. The air between them crackled with tension. The first one to look away was Haruka-san. She jerked her gaze away abruptly and left the classroom without another word. Hey, Riki Naoi. After I'd watched Haruka-san go, Futaki-san called to me over her shoulder. You didn't see it, right? What are you talking about? If it was about the graffiti, Haruka-san didn't do it. Stop blaming me for every small thing. Stop blaming her for every small thing that happens. It's no wonder she's always angry at you when you have such a witch hunt going on for her. Futaki-san let out a small breath. It's fine so long as you didn't see. Apparently having assured herself of something, Futaki-san issued me one of her standard warnings. Shouldn't involve yourself with people who skip class to hide in empty classrooms. When she put it that way, even I had to agree. That's why I told her to stop, so it wouldn't cause a scene. Last time it was a pain erasing the graffiti. What I should be saying is, you shouldn't involve yourself with Haruka Saigusa. And again, didn't I already tell you I had no intention of listening to you? You're just desperate to be involved with her, huh? After all this, what are you saying now? Don't get the wrong idea. Haruka-san is a joker and a troublemaker, but that's not all she is. That's not all she ever is. I know that for a fact. Shouldn't you be getting back to class? Ah, now that you mention it. See you. Futaki-san took off walking without another word. Futaki-san, this conversation isn't over. There won't be a third yellow card. Futaki-san didn't even look over her shoulder as she said it, and then she was gone. I plainly understood that, as a prefect, Futaki-san considered Haruka-san her enemy. I guess they didn't want her rebellious pranks to infect the surrounding students, though it's not like I couldn't see her side of it. She had taken it upon herself to fill this role, and she must have known that she would be discriminated, hated, and shunned by many for it. But still, something was strange about Haruka-san's circumstances as well. Haruka-san had to have a reason to hate Futaki-san that much. If I assumed that, there's got to be something going on with Futaki-san. I thought back. Recalling the dangerous atmosphere from the mere moments earlier, I let out a sigh. There were students doing work in the dorm head rooms again today. I had come to ask the head of the boys' dorm for some replacement furniture. Thanks for your help. Wait, hold on a sec, Noi-kun. The girls' dorm head, who was busy tidying up some documents on her desk, called to me as I started to leave. Yes, what is it? Sorry, but could you take the weekly report to the disciplinary committee for me? Huh, but isn't the committee meeting room still right around the corner? Their room is currently being used by the Culture Committee for the school festival planning. So for the time being, they're using the empty classroom near yours. Just toss it in there on your way out. Toss it in. If I did it like that, wouldn't they get angry? That's how I always do it. The dorm head stretched her arms. My shoulders hurt, she muttered, patting her shoulder. Almost like a granny. Can I leave it to you? The head prefect is sorta... Well, with the whole business between her and Haruka-san, I just didn't have a very good impression of her. Futaki-san. I know what you mean. She's pretty inflexible, strict on the rules and such. But she's serious about her manners, right? Well, maybe even a little too serious. To this day, she still insists on calling me by a nickname I told her to use as a joke. It's a pretty embarrassing name, too. Guess it was my mistake. Should have just told her to call me senpai, she sighed to herself. Well, everyone got their own way of looking at the world. To kids like you, the prefects must be a pretty irritating existence. Seems like Saigusa-san decided to attend their meeting too, though. Haruka-san did? Well, that's about it. So, will you go do it? Will you do it? I understand. Okay. I don't think so. Got it. Sorry, I'm nowhere near done checking this mountain of paperwork. Oh geez, another mistake? Man, what am I gonna do? When am I gonna have someone to pass this all on to? Well then, excuse me. Yep, thanks. I left the dorm head's room. What a strange person that is. I was feeling tense already. But I figured it'd be fine if I just dropped off the report. Still, I was interested in what was going on with Haruka-san too. I can't believe she just harmlessly attended their meeting. For the moment, I just headed down toward the unused classroom. It's occupied now. I'm gonna get another drink. Fudge, that's good. The normal silent classroom was now loud with a crowd of voices. I peeked in from the back door and it looked like they were in the middle of a debate. Hey, Riki-kun! What was I supposed to do? I did not want to interrupt the meeting. Hey! The cause for my small outburst was Haruka-san. She pulled me into one of the seats at the back of the classroom. What are you doing? Don't they say if you know your enemies and know yourself, you will not be imperiled in 100 battles? Also, offense is the best defense. Even so, this is still... Wait, so she's preparing to launch an offensive? I even voted with them, having a garbage collection event next month. When they said all in favor, I promptly raised my hand. I facepalm. What's wrong, Riki-kun? I didn't know what to say. Next, let us discuss some of the problem students. The prefect slammed her hand on the blackboard. Oh, it's me in the middle picture. That's copyright infringement. It was a familiar-looking scene. That is, until it was one I'd seen on the police shows, where they post up all the usual suspects on the board to figure out the culprit. Recently, it's got to the point where you can't count the number of incidents on both hands. The explanation continued. The prefects proposed something like a regular patrol around the vending machine outside due to a particularly mischievous student. Since I had been there too at the time of the incident, that didn't sit well with me. Haruka-san, let's get out of here. Wham! Just as I was about to stop her, Haruka-san bolted up. Objection! There was a stir among the prefects. Saigusa, I object to this report. I haven't done anything I'm upset even to be suspected. Haruka-san, you came all the way down here just to say that? Futaki-san, standing up from the very front seat, turned to look back at us. Haruka-san's body stiffened. What? You weren't supposed to be here today? Haruka-san's confidence withered away, in stark contrast with the coldness Futaki-san addressed her with. It's my own business when I take a break, right? Anyway, Haruka-san hit their palm on the desk twice. Of course, I'd come to object. I haven't done anything, and even those prefects agreed in my innocence when that thing happened. Oh, really? Who knows what you would have done to the machine if they hadn't caught you? It can't be helped that you'd be suspected. Bad habits are hard to lose. Once a suspect, always a suspect. To accuse someone of something they haven't done is injustice. Injustice? Ducky-san let out a little mocking laugh. Ha 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 ha! That's a word. Oh, hey, I'll fire Skyrim. Sorry I missed ya. How you doing? What's up? I like the big eyes. I like how she has big blue eyes and she has big yellow eyes. And that's my compliment of the game! You're doing fine. Awesome. I'm playing Little Busters, as you can see, the last of the big visual novels. How is it that difficult? Don't make problems to those around you. Mind your manners and keep the rules. Even if I did that, you'd still mark me as your enemy. Then it's up to you, Ricky Noe. Don't you think so too? Ricky-kun's got nothing to do with this. Oh, he's involved, all right. I mean, what's going to happen to him if your reputation sinks even lower than it already has? You two are getting a pretty bad name for making trouble. You're becoming a bother even to Kuragaya-san and the others, aren't you? Yui Ni would never say something like that. To begin with, this is about me. Riki-kun and Yui Ni aren't involved. The one who thinks that this shouldn't involve them is you, Haruka Saikusa. After school, you often hang out together, right? That could be pretty bad if the word got around, wouldn't it? You'll get no sympathy from me, even if you end up in the counseling room for an illicit relationship. Though which one's institute it would be is anyone's guess. The eyes of all the prefects in the room, though some underclassmen among them, of course, felt as painful as needles. I could hear them whispering. Suggestive glances were exchanged. They were all looking at me with faces mixed with contempt. Well, what are you saying all of a sudden? What kind of trash are you spouting? What kind of slander are you trying to stick to me? What part of what I just said was trash, might I ask? The part about him, or the part about you? But what's certain here is that you are guilty. You are a worthless good-for-nothing, a parasite, isn't that what you are? With a jerk, Haruka-san left fist drew back. You are rotten fruit. Shut up. You weren't here, there'd be no problems. Shut up. You are... Shut up! Haruka-san! Haruka-san suddenly threw over the desk. Crash! The loud noise echoed around the room. The classroom erupted. With those eyes, with all those eyes, just like them. Don't look at me like that! Kicking at the desk, Haruka-san made a grab for the nearest prefect. Haruka-san, you can't! Stop it! Panicked, I held Haruka-san back from behind, but she was violently flailing around with her arms and legs. She's like a child throwing a tantrum. Restrain Saigusa! Ow! She bit me! In a twinkling, the room was resounding with cries and yells. Let me go! Guys like you! Guys like you could never understand! Let me go! Let me go! Oh dear. Things are getting out of hand. After it was Oh, what a mess. At the entrance to the dorms, I ran into Futaki-san. Was she out on patrol? Well, she didn't have any of the students, other prefects with her. Was twirling a ballpoint pen around in her right hand. Is she waiting for someone? Nah, probably not. I didn't look at her. Simply continuing to walk my way. Hey, I've got something to talk to you about. Ignore. Don't think it's rather cruel to ignore someone when they're calling to you. I'm pretty sure you've done some cruel things too, just like a bully. A bully, huh? Futaki-san shrugged. She slipped the ballpoint pen into her pocket with a sigh. Right, that's exactly right. I'm getting used to you saying things like that every single time. What was going on? I wasn't sensing any hostility in her words today. You had something to talk with me about? Futaki-san looked at me. Her glance was as piercing as a bullet. Hey, do you believe that everyone is given equal happiness? I had no idea what she was suddenly asking about. There's a given amount of happiness and sadness in the world, so when someone's happy, someone's got to be sad. That's how the game works. I don't think it works like that, really. Pluses and minuses are spinning around, coming down to a zero-sum game. Don't you think that's pretty interesting, the way our society is structured, that is? Well, if that were true, I'd say that the ratio of sadness in the world is a little unbalanced. Someone's unhappiness is another's happiness. If you think it like that, wouldn't you even stop wishing for the happiness of those dear to you? Right, that's certainly true. After that, Futaki fell silent. It was hard to tell what she was thinking from her expressionless face, but it seemed like she was hesitating about something. Is that what you wanted to ask me? Yeah, that was it. Well, do your best anyway. Oh, hey, Krusty. How you doing today? How are you? I'm doing good. It's another day of reading Little Busters. But yeah, how's life been treating you? Do my best at what? Futaki-san gave a small shrug. Sometimes it's not so bad talking to you like this. It was a fruitful occasion. Having said that, Futaki-san spun on her heel and headed off toward the female dorm. What was that? I had no idea what she was talking about. I shook my head. One day followed another work that without Haruka-san popped in the classroom before the first bell. Something must still be going on. That piqued my curiosity, so I ventured out into the corridor. Soon I found the back of a figure trudging down the hallway. Haruka-san! Looking at the slump of Haruka-san's back, I could tell she wasn't in good spirits. But the Haruka-san then turned to look back at me, seeming the same as ever. Your group canceled their lunch and coffee today that you go to? Oh no. What kind of group do you go to? Like a games club group or a work group or something like that? Stinks that they canceled. Morning. What's up? Morning. Didn't come to the classroom, so I was wondering if something was up. Were you late again today? Is that alarm clock not working or something? Nope, I wasn't late today. I'm bright-eyed and bushy-tailed today as well. Fighto! Monotone. Haha, guess I can't really pull it off like Kamari-chan. Truth is, they got me under observation every day, even at the dorms. Bunch of friends. Friend group. That's awesome. Observation? If I don't keep quiet, they get really mad. I can't do anything, so it's super boring. I don't want them getting mad, so I'm behaving myself for the time being. I'm giving it my best, but they have no faith in me. It's a problem. Haruka-san struck her left hand into the pocket of her uniform. It was a rattling sound. She pulled her hand out of the pocket, rubbing a few marbles between her fingers. Time to switch classrooms. See ya. Yeah, Haruka-san. Just... What? Don't make that face. I'm fine. I am fine. I am fine. A day at a time. I've gotten used to all this, so I'm fine now, too. I'm sure this would be the end of it. Could it be? You're worried about me? Yes, I am. Why? Why indeed? At that moment, I couldn't find the words. Just kidding. Haruka-san replied morosely. I've been a bother. Sorry. She turned away, and then the school bell rang. I had to get back to my own class. On my way back, I paused. In a corner of the hallway, I saw a glimpse of something sparkling. What is that? Faster than I could get there, the girl who had been collecting pins out of the nearby bulletin board stooped to retrieve it. It was Futaki-san. What she had picked up looked like a marble. Rolling the marble between her thumb and index finger, Futaki-san seemed deep in thought. Her face looked a little strange. expression was one of vexation, mixed with uncertainty. They go on Wednesdays, but you work so you can't make it. You just go on Mondays. I gotcha. I'm glad you have a friend group that you meet with every now and then. Every week. That's good, Krusty. Very good. What? She seemed to have caught my murmur as Futaki-san walked over to me. Something you need? Not really. I see. She was still toying with the marble. Its color seemed like a light purplish red. That's one of Haruka-san's? Probably. What? Was cut off balance by her gentle tone, so vastly different from the usual. It's nothing. This brings back memories. Futaki-san dropped the marble in her pocket as she murmured that. Memories of what? You used to play with marbles? Without answering my question, she stuck her right hand into her pocket. There was a crinkling noise, like paper being crumbled. It was terrible when they were scattered all over. She must be talking about the chase scene. Must have been looking like a fun joke at first, but it opened the gates of hell. You mean the marble business has caught on? It's become a real craze among the girls in the dorm. What a bother. See you later. Jackie-san walked off with a shrug. I shook my head at her strange mood as I watched her walk away. Then I took a look at the bulletin board as she'd been working on. There were the usual posters saying stuff like Home Ec Club is looking for members, join us, and ads for sports teams and such. Hey Mark, how you doing today? It's Little Busters, that's the name of this game. We're back to a feelsy moment. You don't want to go back? She nodded once. But you can't stay here forever. Haruka-san turned away from me a little and pressed her face into her knees. Pretty happy, but also scared. What are you scared about? With this game? Or with something else? As she did, she shook her head. Come now, Haruka-san, stand up. She ignored me, still refusing to budge. This was a problem. Well, whatever. Lowered myself down next to her. Why? Haruka-san asked something in a voice husky from crying. There's a fire 7 kilometers away. Oh, geez. Is it spreading at all, or is it just a fire? Like what's on fire? You're asking me why again, Haruka-san? I silently sat next to her. You don't hate me? Pretty far, but scary. Just, I hope that they get it out fastly. No more fires this year, please. The paper, you saw it. The words left Haruka-san's mouth in a flat, defeated tone. Of course I don't hate you. You're you. That's all. I wondered if what she was saying meant the things written on those flyers were true. I wouldn't hate you just because of something like that. No one else would either. Not Kyosuke, Kengo, Masato, or Rin. That was about your dad, wasn't it? As I said, something occurred to me. Hang on. Did that mean the person I met at Haruka-san's house was the person from the news item? The one in the newspaper was my other father. We don't know why fire broke out. Hopefully nothing, like too serious. But yeah, it'll be fine. We'll all be fine and the fire will be out. And I hope the people in the other fire are okay. Your other father? I was taken aback by that. It seemed like the Saigusa family used to be a major landowners. They had lost most of it during the post-war Runde rezoning, ending up with nothing but small mountain plots and rice fields. They tried their best to develop the land they had left, but when that too failed, their lives became pretty difficult. But before that, the Saigusas had lived successful lives. They still had their pride. They thought, what can we do to get ourselves out of this? With that, decided to make a small funeral hall. There was a small shrine on the mountain property. There was nothing out there. There was nothing there, though. Instead of the gods, they worshipped their own blood. Really, it's so stupid. After that, the family managed to pull itself together, but somehow they became obsessed with blood. There were a lot of short-lived people among them, so they made a rule to protect their blood. A rule? So that we wouldn't die out, would become a rule that each girl would be married to 2 men. I guess it was kind of a throwback to old society. Makes me want to laugh. But the not-so-funny part is that we are the children of one of those marriages. We, Haruka-san, you have siblings. Wait, no way! Yeah, just as you're thinking, Riki-kun. Kanata Futaki, she's the one. My twin sister. Our mother was supposed to have 2 husbands too, but when the other husband rejected the rule, that gave rise to the incident in the papers. I don't know anything about him except his name, Sho Saigusa, and his face from a picture. The man you met earlier was the one brought into the head family later. I'm sure Sho Saigusa was upset by that, and so that's why he broke into their house. Caught up in that strange family situation, I'm sure it was only natural for the ugly feelers to fester among the adults. The Saigusa family honor was completely lost. It just got into the point where they were starting to mix with the local elite, and then that had to happen. But my mom was a direct descendant of the family. We were planning on disinheriting my parents and passing the heirship on to the child, but when we turned out to be twins, it changed everything. What shocked the family wasn't that there were twins, but that each girl bore the genes of a different man. Or in other words, we were born from different fathers. Normal fraternal twins are born from the same parents, but we were different. So at a family council, it was decided that the child who was not born of Sho Saigusa would be made the heir. But you see, my parents already had been disinherited and exiled, so no one knew where they had gone. No one knew which child was whose. You don't know either, Haruka-san? Haruka-san shook her head in response to my question. They've compared us ever since I was small. Well, it's only natural for families to compare their children on some level, but the way Haruka-san put it made it sound like they were scrutinizing every little thing the two did. Like which one started talking first. Kanata always knows a whole bushel of words, doesn't she? Which one started walking first? Oh, Kanata, you're already walking everywhere, aren't you? Such an energetic child. Which was easier to train? Your sitting posture is just perfect, isn't it, Kanata? Which was smarter? You can already read books? You're such a smart child, Kanata. Which was healthier? Little Kanata, even though the darling had a little fever, she still placed first in the park foot race. Up until middle school, they rated every little thing we did, and then they chose Haruka-san hung her head. Haruka-san. Kanata had been raised by the Futakis, a branch family, so now the one running the Saigusa family were the Futakis. Like that, I became Sho Saigusa's daughter. That's how it was decided. After that, I'd become the family's scapegoat. The shame of the Saigusas, a black sheep, a parasite. The business wasn't going well, it was my fault. There was gossip about us in the town council, it was my fault. They would shove my face into muddy water and keep me down until I would yell out an apology. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry for causing trouble, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, it's all my fault, everything's my fault. I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. Tell me that if God was satisfied with my apology, then he'd turn the muddy water into sake. They seriously meant it too, those guys. There's no such thing after all. There's no way something like that God exists. Is it sake yet? It asks so many times, over and over and over. Isn't that moronic? Something that's stupid? She went off on like a broken radio. Each word permeated with a deep-seated resentment. The god of the Saigusas did not save me. It's that god's fault. I got beat up in the first place. He made me left-handed after all. It was easier for me to use my left hand. I couldn't help it. But if I used my left hand, they beat me. If I used my right hand and messed up, they beat me. It was also something determined by the god. Isn't it weird? What kind of messed up god would do something like that? It can't possibly exist. I couldn't tell what kind of face Haruka-san was making as she continued to hang her head as she spoke. She just went on talking about her days spent in misery. There was a pause, and then Haruka-san's tone changed. Then there was that rare sunny morning. It was a little before I started school. She found those two parents for me. The ones you met, Riki-kun. Those two came and took me from the Saigusa's main house, and then we started living together. They were acting on her requests, or so I heard. Supposedly, she felt sorry for me. I was just that pathetic, so she gave me parents. But it wasn't like that. That wasn't the real reason. She just didn't want me around. Because of me, people were saying bad things about the Saigusa family after all. She just wanted to pick on me, like the rest of them. She wanted to laugh at my misery. That's why Haruka-san reached out her left hand. She gripped the collar of my shirt tightly. She squeezed so hard her fingers turned white from the pressure. Haruka-san raised her head. That's serious, Saigusa. Oh, snap. Her face was a mask of untempered fury. Her eyes were narrowed into a glare, their corners glittering with wetness. That's why I decided to do my best to piss her off. Haruka-san. With moist eyes, she spoke as if there was forcing out the dregs from the deepest reaches of her heart. Her, and all those stupid adults who worship her. The things I do, and the things I've done. If I'm worthless, then she's just as worthless. Isn't that true? Because we've got the same mother. We share a half. More than anything, I wanted to do something to distinguish myself from her. How I wanted to mock her, the rigid, oh-so-serious honor student. To see her always so pissed off was fun. It was really fun. Every week she goes to report to them. I'm sure the adults all make scandalized faces and give her long sermons. They're supposed to keep her under rein. Why can't you stop her from making such a mess? You're different from that. It feels so great. Even though she acts so superior, she's tied up in their rules. To those idiot adults. Me, I'm free. Never go back. I never got to go to school when I was in the Saigusa household, so now I'm totally happy. It's crazy how enjoyable and fun my life is now. Haruka-san continued while laughing. I'm always doing fun things, but... Then she went and spread the stuff around. She did this. She... She saw that I was starting to enjoy myself, so she had to snatch that all away. She. I heard the sound of her teeth grinding. Tears were dribbling down Haruka-san's face as she talked about how horrible Futaki-san was. No, I don't want this. I don't. No. Haruka-san clenched her head with both hands. Here at school, I don't want to be this. I don't want it to be the same as it was there. I don't. I don't want any more pain. I don't want any more grief. I don't want to be miserable or starving or depressed anymore. But the thing I most don't want is to be told to leave. For me, there's nowhere else for me to go. For me to lose this place too. No, I don't want it. I don't want that. Haruka-san began to tremble violently. I'm not a bad girl. I'm not a bad girl. It wasn't my fault. She's the bad one. It wasn't me. It's not me. Hey, Riki-kun. A breath caught. A shiver ran down my spine. Haruka-san's eyes were strangely empty. With eyes like that, she was making a queer expression. Whoa. Crying and smiling at the same time. I'm that kind of child. Yeah, even though I knew full well what I was doing. All along, the whole time, I knew fun things, happy things. Things that weren't hard. Things that weren't painful. Haruka-san, in reality, I'm a bad girl. Repeating these things, Haruka-san strongly grasped my arm. I gotta stretch. Oh my gosh. Her fingers sank into the flesh of my skin. I was so caught up in the moment I couldn't feel a thing. I'd better just start repenting for my existence. Haruka-san, you're not needed. If only you weren't around. It's your fault. Everything is your fault. You are the bad seed. It'd be better if you were dead. That's what everyone said. Haruka-san's hand was shaking as she held me in her grip. I could see it in my mind's eye. Looking up, seeing those tall, dark forms all around you, hearing the voices of those tall, dark forms, voices that compared you to someone else, turning into voices of rejection. How could someone who had since birth been surrounded by that go on living? If it's like this, Haruka-san's face distorted, as though disgorging the sentiment built up inside her heart. She shouted out her resentment as someone who wasn't there. If it's like this, it'd be better if I was never for Haruka-san. I seized Haruka-san's shoulders. I shook her by her shoulders again and again. I shook her. I shouted at Haruka-san, who was sobbing convulsively. You can't say that. A spark of light returned to Haruka-san's eyes. You can't say that. Why not? Haruka-san shot back that question in a childlike voice. Why? Because it's a horrible thing to say. There's nothing fun or happy about it. Haruka-san's fingers trembled. A person rejecting themselves, if that happens, it's all over, isn't it? That's why you can't say it. I don't want you to ever say that. I wonder if I had once heard those words from someone. Might have been Kyosuke or perhaps someone else. Please promise me you won't say it again. Haruka-san, promise me, say you'll never say it again. Gosh darn it. Haruka-san's lips soundlessly mouth another. Why? Why? Ah, right, why? Why did I want her to make that promise? Why did I need that promise so badly? I see. It's because I like you, Haruka-san. Eh? That's all. Your past has nothing to do with it. My heart revolted against Futaki-san's warnings. I couldn't stand anyone saying I should reject this girl named Haruka Saigusa. I like you, Haruka-san. Anyone would be angry were the girl they liked being spoken badly of. Haruka-san began to cry in intermittent sobs again. Ugh. Since she was in no state to go back to the dorm, I ended up walking Haruka-san all the way to her house. You be fine with your curfew? Yeah, I'll figure something out. Thanks to Kyosuke, I'm used to this kind of thing after all. I guess that's true. Haruka-san nodded with eyes puffed and red from crying. I looked up at her house. It was pitch dark inside. Looks like they're not here today. They're probably at work, Haruka-san added. Good night, Riki-kun. Sorry for getting your uniform all wet. It's no problem, something like that. Yeah, sorry. Rather than sorry, I'd rather you say thank On the weekend, I decided to go along with Haruka-san as she made her usual trip home. You don't have to force yourself to come along, you know, Riki-kun. It's no problem. The one who's having to force herself is obviously Haruka-san. Headed for the Saigusa home. The spotless dining room, the sparkling new, neatly arranged cooking utensils, the brand new looking tablecloth. I already know that the whole set was a recent acquisition rather than something accumulated naturally over the years. I'm so glad you could stop by again, Naoi-san. Right, Haruka? Thanks for coming by tonight. Would you like seconds? Yes please. Eat to your heart's content. Thank you. I carried some rice to my mouth with my chopsticks. Just like before, I couldn't really taste anything. Now then, Haruka, how's school been lately? Don't slack up just because the tests are over. That's right, just as your father says, give it your best till the end, Haruka. Make sure you're studying properly. Haruka-san kept silent. Have you been making lots of friends? Don't make any trouble for your neighbors in the dorm. It's fine. This is Haruka we're talking about, right, Haruka? I see. Well, that's fine then. Is it fun saying the same things over and over? The two adults sitting before us put their chopsticks down and fell silent. Is it fun? Hey, does doing this satisfy some base need? Back at the Saigusa house, I was taught to be silent when eating. If I even so much as opened my mouth, they'd smack my head with a spoon. They hit me as many times as they wanted. I wasn't even allowed to say it hurt. If I said it hurt, they'd hit me even more, so I kept quiet through it all. So is this fun for you? Is it? Of course it is, Haruka. We enjoy talking with you. Of course we do. Haruka suddenly flung her bowl against the wall. Ka-chink! She then leaped to her feet and grabbed the tablecloth, pulling it with all her might. Crash smash! Utensils, glassware, plates, and the neat flower vase all crashed onto the floor. Fun? This is fun? This? What about this is enjoyable? Haruka-san. Well, I don't enjoy it. Come on, Haruka-san. I'm going home. I can't stand this. Where will you go home to, Haruka? Haruka-san's mother murmured the question softly. I'll go. Able to think of a reply, Haruka-san bit her lip. At the very least, I would never ever lay a hand on you. It's got nothing to do with it. Leave me alone. Clatter. Haruka-san kicked her chair over and then left the dining room. I hurriedly chased after her. Slam. I heard a door shut. Outside? Haruka-san, where did she go? I ran around looking for her, but Haruka-san was nowhere to be found. Having parents, I wonder if that's how a normal dinner is supposed to go. I muttered that as I made my way back. Did you find Haruka? No, I didn't see her anywhere. Turning her face to the direction of the voice, I found Haruka-san's parents, both standing there. Very sorry about this. Why should you apologize? To be honest, we really don't know how to deal with that child. No way. But aren't you her parents? You said that kind of conversation is fun. If you look at Haruka-san, you can tell that's not true. Maybe. She's always asked us if it's fun. If even once I'd said no, then just what is that girl thinking? This is Haruka-san we're talking about. I can't imagine she'd have been hurt if they said it wasn't fun. She'd assume an attitude of, then let's not talk, and the conversation would just get colder and colder. These people would keep up this sad routine as long as Haruka-san didn't change. These cold conversations had to continue, until the day Haruka-san trusted them. They had to keep sitting around the dinner table and saying it was fun. Haruka-san, who hates everything, can't accept even warm words. This kind of fun is a spider's thread to her. A fine thread that seems like it could break at any moment. Happy just being with her, but it seems she doesn't feel the same way. We realize that, so we keep having these empty conversations. We can't even successfully pretend, and I guess it's really over. All we can do is wish to be with her, and even if it's awkward. It's only natural for her to hold a grudge. After all, we weren't there to help her when she most needed it. The entire thing was a horrible business, a horrible, miserable story. Who the hell was responsible for this terrible state of affairs? Just who? Haruka-san is, she's the daughter of you and another man, isn't she? Neither of them answered. Looks like even Haruka-san doesn't know. Why haven't you told her? I can't explain that, not to you. Why? Because it's our problem. You may think that's a selfish excuse. In fact, I think so too. Then why not just tell me about it? Is Haruka-san your daughter? I can't say. Then is she not your daughter? I can't say. Why? Is Haruka-san your child? You should be the ones to prove everything. Get a DNA test or something. If you're her father, those words can't come from my mouth. Her father was adamant about it. Is Haruka-san not your child? I don't know if the voice that I spoke in was filled with anger or despair. She's my daughter. Then why? It's because she's my daughter that I can't say it. I can't. Both parents hung their heads. What should I do? What can I do? Full of frustration more than anger, I made my way back to the school. Haruka-san? She stood there looking like a ghost. Hey, Riki-kun. Haruka-san, I was looking for you. You just took off. I want to do some research. What research? Research on what? She said it so suddenly that I had no idea what she was talking about. On which one I am. All this time they've told me what they thought. But I've never seen any proof. So I thought I should find out for myself. To go on like this, not knowing the truth, I can't stand it anymore. I have to go whether or not I'm the wrong one. But Haruka-san, what if she really was the wrong one? What would she do? That's how it is, that's how it is. I've already resigned myself to that. I should have tried to find out sooner. I only did it because I believed in her, though she'd keep the Ms. Haruka-san hung her head, muttering to herself that she looked up, then she looked up and spoke to me. But there she had to go and spread those flyers. So now it's fine for me to find this out, right? Haruka-san was asking for my opinion. The answer is... that's a good idea. Right? Yeah. That's a good idea. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I'll help you out. Thanks, Riki-kun. Then we'll start our research tomorrow. I got it. I'll see you tomorrow, Haruka-san. Yep. Bye-bye, Riki-kun. Waved to Haruka-san, then left. As I walked away, back toward the dorms, I looked back over my shoulder. Haruka-san was watching me go. Right. During break time, I headed down to buy some juice. Ah, it's Haruka-san. Haruka-san was fixing up a poster that read, "No running in the halls, the disciplinary committee." Haruka-san. Hello, Riki-kun. What are you doing? The poster was torn, so I'm fixing it. I see. You're fixing it. Won't Futaki-san get mad? Ah! Haruka-san nodded as she spun the red pen she was holding around in the air. Don't worry about it. Be ashamed to leave it looking like this. I guess that's true. As we talked with each other, several students passed by, whispering to each other. But the rumor mill hasn't let up. Don't worry about that either. Haruka-san returned the red marker to her pocket and gave it a little smile. See you, Riki-kun. Yeah, see you after school. We went our separate ways. Haruka-san and I met up in the cafeteria. There we began our research. Good work earlier. Oh yeah, anyway, Riki-kun, I've been thinking. Well, I'm not really that smart, so I had some trouble, but I figured out the process and brought the forms we need. Haruka-san spoke quickly, cutting me off. But wait a second, Haruka-san, what are you talking about? Well, to start with, I was thinking of getting a copy of the family register. What do you think? Ah, that sounds good. I've seen a certificate of residence once, but I've never browsed through any official family records. Yeah, if we take a look at the time around my birth date between the two of us, we could be able to find the right record. How do we get our hands on the record? I looked into it, and it looks like you can mail in a request for them. Haruka-san showed me the documents she had. Ah, so we just send in these documents to request it. Yeah, looks that way. Haruka-san started writing. Alright, now I just need to mail it. Is there a mailbox nearby? Yeah, I think. There's only one by the school gates. I believe I saw Cood mailing something there once. At least I felt I had. Really? Well then, wait here a bit, Riki-kun. I'll go mail it. Okay. I'm back! Was there a mailbox there? Yep, there was. Thanks, Riki-kun. Wonder where little Cood was sending her letter to. Looked like she was writing to someone. Overseas correspondence, I think. Ah, a pen pal. That's just like little Cood. Oops, let me get back to the point. I don't think we'll be able to uncover the whole truth with just this. I guess next, Ah, we could get the mother and child health record after you were born. Mother and child health record? Yeah, you know. After a child is born and the mom goes in for a checkup with the child, they make a record of the information. If we could get our hands on it, there might be something there. To be honest, an actual diary from her parents would even be better, though we had no idea where something like that might be found. I see. Good thinking, Riki-kun. You're so smart. But I can't go home right now. Why? Because she's still at home. I see. Yeah, so let's go when no one's there. That way it'll be easier to look around, right? I got it. Let's do that. Guess that's all for today then. While we were talking, I had started growing hungry. I make some muffins. Want some, Riki-kun? Yeah, I'll have some. Haruka-san, your muffins are great. I really like them. Haruka-san blushed a little. But flattery won't get you anywhere, you know. It's not flattery. I'm being serious. You really think so? Well, I'm happy if that's the case. And so despite Haruka-san's embarrassment, we happily shared the muffins. Lunchtime. I was passing through the courtyard. Haruka-san called out to me. Riki-kun! Haruka-san, what's up? Looks like she really wasn't taking too much stress over the rumors. She was sitting on a bench in the slightly crowded courtyard. Yeah, just doing some sunbathing. I see. The weather sure is fine today. Oh, right, look here. Haruka-san took out a small Tupperware. I made some chiffon cake. You can have some if you like. Looks great, so you finally got the recipe down. Haruka-san tilted her head. Yep, I practiced it to a tune. Tell me what a good girl I am. Uh-huh, you're great. Well, dig in. I took one of the slices. It's kind of creamy inside, isn't it? Really was well made. The texture was light and it slipped down the throat with a velvety feeling. The sweet cream magnified the overall taste. What do you think? It's great. Really? That's good. I'll make another one for you sometime. Any requests? What's on the menu? Well, there's green tea flavor or cheese filling. It tastes good with jam on it too. Could I bring some jam next time? What flavor do you like? Jam. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. It's accept her condition, so this, I guess, does not matter. I'm gonna try blueberry jam. Let me look one more time. I know. Yep, doesn't matter, I guess. Boop. Blueberry, maybe. How dare you say that? I hate you! Bad ending. I'm sure it'll go well with some sweet jam. Maybe strawberry? Or apple jam? Alright, I'll get some ready for next time. Haruka-san closed the empty Tupperware and stood up. Well, I've gotta run. Yeah, the bell's about to sound. Yep, see you soon, Riki-kun. Bye-bye, Haruka-san. Watched Haruka-san leave. Sorry I'm late. Haruka-san showed up a little after we had agreed. One of the teachers nabbed me. Nabbed you? Weird. Said I shouldn't be running in the halls. That's too bad. It was the sweet smell of sugar and butter in the air. I see. She must have been making chiffon cake. Can you smell it? Yeah, sorta. Haruka was acting demure. It's probably because I've been practicing a lot lately. I see. You've been practicing. Yep, I'm doing my best. Well, at a side, shall we go? The two of us left walking. Today we had decided to go to Haruka-san's house and dig through the storage shed looking for whatever we could find. So nobody's home today? Yep, no one's in. Let's get started. Alright. Putting on work gloves, we headed for the storage. Ooh, it's dusty. Looks like no one's ever cleans this place. Even though your house is usually spotless. Well, a professional cleaner comes by every once in a while to clean the house. Looks like cleaning the storage is in their contract. The cardboard over there looks like it might have something. Where? This one? Yep. There's something on top of it. We have to move that first. Heave. Oh, Riki-kun, you're so strong. Oh, manly. Give me a hand too, Haruka-san. Here, grab that side. Hatcher! Whew! My back hurt. While I carried cardboard boxes to Haruka-san's room, night had started to fall. Open up, Riki-kun! Opened the door and Haruka-san was there holding a tray with glasses. Good work, Riki-kun! I took one of the glasses and put them on. I look really smart now. which held barley tea, and took a long sip. Pooh-ha, it's nice and cold. I had it ready for the fridge in the fridge beforehand. Here, sweet things are good for when you're exhausted. The tray also held a few scones. I brought some different jams for them, so try a few. The yellow is marmalade, and the purple is blueberry. The red one is strawberry, and the green one is kiwi, I think. I spread some marmalade on one of the scones and took a bite. The buttery smell, the crispy texture, and the jam all blended together perfectly. It's good. I mean, wow, I've been saying that a lot recently. Haha, it's fine just saying that. Any more than that belongs in a gourmet manga. After that, we talked about Haruka, Sasan's scones recipe, among other things. Ah, that was good. Thanks for the food. What's up? Hey! Haruka-san grabbed my hand and used a tissue to wipe my fingertips. There, all clean! Thanks. And now if you lose this, there's gonna be a penalty. Out of nowhere, she started thumb wrestling me. Hey, take that! Of course there was no way I could lose to a girl, so I thought, ha, wait, wah! She effortlessly pinned me down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10! I win! I lost. Wait, Haruka-san, why aren't you supposed to be left-handed? It was no wonder I lost to her, since we'd used our left hands and mine was the non-dominant one. A win is a win. Boo! Meanie. And with that, let's get to your penalty. Fine, but nothing impossible, alright? No worries, you can do it. Nothing for it then. What is it? Praise me. Definitely wasn't what I had expected. Alright, anything? Yep, just lay it on me. Haruka-san, you're a good kid. Really? Yeah! More! Good girl, good girl. As I stroked her head and praised her, Haruka-san let out a deep sigh of relief. He purposefully avoided talking about school. The rumors weren't letting up at all, and Haruka-san was isolated even without the dorms. Even the dorm head seemed unable to quell the rumors. To Haruka-san, me being there might have been the only relief she had in her life right now. Ah! Seeing Haruka-san's delighted expression made me feel good too. Riki-kun, you're so nice. Haruka-san was twiddling her fingers as she murmured that. How come? Why? I'd already learned the answer to that question. Because I like you, Haruka-san. Aha! Haruka-san made another delighted expression. Ha! Riki-kun, you really are nice. Hey, Riki-kun. Do you want to kiss? Eh? What? Wait, all of a sudden? This is how I always act, isn't it? I started responding before her nonsensical response had really sunk in. I guess so. Wait, no it isn't. Don't wanna? That wasn't it. I shook my head. Then let's do it. Okay. Slowly, I leaned my face toward hers. Shoo! Yeah. It was the kiss light as a feather. Hee. What? My first kiss tasted like marmalade. Haruka-san softly touched her lips with the left index finger. I blushed unconsciously. Ah, Riki-kun, you're all red. Haruka-san, too, you're blushing. Because it's embarrassing. Ooh, I'm embarrassed too. We looked at each other's faces, and slowly the two of us smiled. Riki-kun's there for me, so see you tomorrow. So everything will be alright, were Haruka-san's unspoken words as she gazed at my face. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Haruka-san. I left, looked over my shoulder, and Haruka-san was still standing there. I waved to her once, then turned and walked away. Tasted like marmalade, huh? Without realizing, I caught myself smiling. Lunch was about halfway over when the crowds finally thinned out. Guess since they updated the menu, everyone's been eating in the cafeteria these days. Riki-kun! Haruka-san's still helping out the lunch lady? Yep, I'm just done taking out the garbage. Must be hard. Not at all. It's a good feeling you get from helping out. I see. I guess the lunch ladies hadn't been paying any attention to the rumors. Must have made Haruka-san happy. Fudge. Excuse me, I need to get by. A small figure broke away from the line of students returning their trays. Ooh, why is it so crowded? Cood, Haro. Haro, Riki. Cood's greeting somehow lacked its usual energy. Still, she held her arms neatly in front of her and gave a little bow. You two are done with lunch? Yeah, all done. Is it so? Oh, hello, Senkusa-san. As Cood went to say a greeting to Haruka, she paused, looking puzzled. Haro? What's up, little Coon? No, it's nothing. Coon's nose twitched as if she was sniffing at the air. Always acting like the doggy, are ya, little Coon? Wafu! Please stop with the spinning, please! Round and round you go. Wafu! I love it when Coo turns into a part dog. Ooh, my eyes are still spinning. You, Ricky. As I watched Coo leave, I gave a wry smile. What was that about? Ricky-kun, I got some work left, so I'll see you later. Okay. See you, Haruka-san. Haruka-san vanished back into the kitchen. Sorry to keep you waiting, Ricky-kun. Shall we go? Haruka-san and I began to walk. Looking through every single one of those boxes will be tough. Well, there's nothing for it but to go through them one by one. I guess. Haruka-san seemed despondent. Apparently there had been no information in the family register she had been sent. All that was written was just the record of twins having been born to two parents just like normal. I'm guessing the family arranged for the listing to read that way to avoid a scandal. There are no albums with me in them or anything. Didn't even go to school after all. Rather, I wasn't allowed to go to school. It told the school I was shut in. Told the school I was a shut-in who refused to attend. Haruka-san grabbed a box on the opposite side of me and continued speaking. If the teachers tried to visit me at our house on the mountain, the family would chase them away. Never even see them. So even now, I'm not really good at living in a community. Like, it takes effort to even figure out what I was supposed to eat or anything. No one gives me any orders, so a lot of the time I just don't know what I'm supposed to do. As she sorted through the sheaf of old-looking papers, Haruka-san spoke haltingly. Well, with enough repetition, I can figure things out. Repetition? Repeated failures. I mean, like, remember when we first met? Never could read the mood. Yeah. Yeah. I've never been to a sports day or on a field trip. I have no good memory to name, I guess. Hey, Ricky-kun. Yeah? How was your childhood, Ricky-kun? Was it fun? I had no idea how to reply to that. But in the end, I couldn't say anything but the truth. It wasn't all fun and games. I see. Haruka-san murmured, then fell silent. I could tell from your face that you're an ill-fated person too, Ricky-kun. What's that supposed to mean? Oh, I didn't mean anything serious. Sorry to derail the conversation, but about field trips, I'm really looking forward to this one. You mean the school one? Yeah, it's coming up soon, right? We're gonna go take a bus and go sightseeing. Never ridden a tour bus before. It'll be awesome sitting in a white seat. You know those sparkling lamps? I want to get one of those. Haruka-san kept repeating how much she had been looking forward to the trip over and over. If only we could be in the same class. Hearing Haruka-san's depressed tone, I didn't know what I could say to her. Thinking about going with my class, it almost makes me want to skip it. But you know, it's going to be my very first field trip, so I keep telling myself I have to do my best to enjoy it. Haruka-san said with a smile on her face. Haruka-san's smile. I had no idea how it was for her in there. I couldn't find anything to say, and we sank into silence. I mean, she was in the same class as that Futaki-san. I didn't even need to ask to imagine how that was. Then for the field trip, why don't you come over to our bus? Is that okay? I don't think anyone will notice one or two people trading places. Everyone will be making a ruckus anyway. Really? I wonder if it'll be okay. If that doesn't work out, we'll just stow you in the trunk. What, Ricky-kun, that's mean. Just joking. Ha. Boo-boo. I'm sure it'll be fine. When the time comes, I want to sit next to Ricky-kun. It's no good? Haruka-san made a really hurt face, so I answered her in a fluster. No, it's not like that. Oh, good. Relief spread across Haruka-san's face. I'm so glad. Even if we can't do it, just your response alone makes me happy. Her smile really was a happy one, I thought. Ricky-kun, can I put this box up atop that one? Sure, just wait a second. Heave! Haruka-san, watch out for the magazines. I lunged to catch Haruka-san as she slipped, but I didn't make it. Ow, Haruka-san, are you okay? Ow, yeah, I'm okay. Ricky-kun, your hand, it's... What? Sorry. In a panic, I put my hand from Haruka-san's chest, where it had ended up when I caught her. It's fine, Ricky-kun. What? Kiss me. Why are you always so random? That's just how I am. When will you learn? Well, that's true. Is it really okay for me to agree with her? You don't wanna? Haruka-san asked in a sulky tone while her cheeks red, and I do. Haruka-san closed her eyes. Our lips met with a soft sound. Nah. I separated from her. Nah. Noticed that Haruka-san looked slightly unsatisfied. I pressed my lips against hers again. It was a deep kiss. As I gazed at her from that close-up, Haruka-san seemed to space out a little. Something wrong, Haruka-san? Riki-kun, you're good at kissing. You think so? I don't think I am. I didn't really know much about kissing, except what I've seen in a few magazines. It was just lightly touching our lips together. I didn't see what there was to be good about. Wasn't the other day your first time? Of course that was my first time. I have absolutely no experience. I said that in a panic. Haruka-san's eyes widened, and she began to laugh lightly. I guess. I see. I got you. Now that you mention it, yeah. My face was turning beet red. Then I got Riki-kun's first kiss. That makes me a little happy. Yeah, ha. Haruka-san placed her forehead on my shoulder. Haruka-san? What's wrong? I think I'm an annoying girl. I don't know how to judge how close I am to people. Probably because I didn't have a family to teach me. I only know if we're really distant or really close. You could definitely say I'm dependent. I really think I'm a weak, useless girl. Haruka-san was looking down, so I couldn't see her expression. Even so, I want to. If it's for you, Riki-kun, I'd do anything. Even if I only play a minor role or the buffoon, I'd do anything. Anything you want. My life, my soul. Whatever you want, I'll give it to you. She still had her forehead on my shoulder. Haruka-san said those words while tightly gripping both my arms. It was too sad. Hearing Haruka-san say such things. Your soul and your heart are things you need for yourself, Haruka-san. Do I need it? Do I really need it? Haruka-san whispered in a hoarse voice. Yeah, if you're going to go as far as to give me your heart, don't you need to be able to say you like me? That'd be a problem. Not being able to say I like you would be a problem. That's why you need to hold onto your heart for your own sake. Well, what should I do now? A kiss? That, or want to keep going further? That's, how about a kiss? Okay, a kiss. Yeah. It was a somewhat long kiss. How was it? Again? Okay. With a poke at my cheek, Haruka-san gave me a slightly teasing smile. We kissed again. Riki-kun, I love you. Haruka-san smiled happily. We spent the rest of the time looking through various things until sunset. Are you not going back to the dorms tonight? I want to keep looking around some more, since no one is home today. I like to stay and help till the end, but there's the curfew, so you can't really help it. Thanks for helping me shift through all these, though, Riki-kun. See you tomorrow. Yeah, see you tomorrow. Oh yeah, Riki-kun. What? Let's kiss again. Standing on her tiptoes, Haruka-san whispered right in my ear. Ah! Just pulling your leg. Did I get your heart rate racing? Yeah. Hee. Bye-bye, Riki-kun. After giving a small farewell wave to Haruka-san, I turned my tired body and headed toward the dorms. Good morning. I ran into Komari-san in the hallway. What's up? Why are you here? Riki-kun, well, you know. Komari-san hesitated. I was looking at the hallway bulletin board. One corner was wide open. Komari-san, did you? Yeah. Komari-san nodded. You took it down. Rin. Hey, Riki. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Riki. Ku-chan, how'd it go? I went around the North School building, but there weren't any up. Oh, I see. Then let's go around again after school, Ku-chan. Okay. Where's Haruka-san? I've been wondering where she is, but I haven't seen her around the dorm much. She's been coming to our room either. We silently stared at the bulletin board. This is all we can do. Hope it helps Haru-chan. I think so. Apparently Komari-san, Rin, and Kud have been tearing down posters about Haruka-san whenever they saw them. It's not just us, you know. Komari-san was appealing to people in other classes for help too. But there are still people out there who find it amusing. If I find whoever's putting them up, I'll kick them. No, Rin-chan, violence is bad. Rin looked frustrated. It wasn't just Ren, everyone seemed that way. The bell rang. We all headed toward the classroom with nary a word. In front of the school gate, I saw Futaki-san respectfully bowing her head. Thank you very much, uncle, aunt. Yes, I apologize for the inconvenience. I could hear an abrasive voice speak from a car parked in front of the school gate. I understand. Your wish is my... It was the sound of a door closing. Then the car pulled away. Wishy gist. With one hand on her cheek, Futaki-san watched the car drive away and muttered something to herself. She turned back to the school building. Futaki-san noticed me. Did you need something? Who was that just now? It doesn't concern you. Someone from the house on the mountain, huh? Futaki-san let her hand drop from her cheek. Her cheek was red. Like something had hit her there. It's unusual for anyone from the main family to come out this far. What? Why are you making such a face? Well, I didn't think you'd actually answer me. Futaki-san gave a derisive laugh. Those people, appearances are everything. Are they tense because fathers come back, I wonder? Do you say something? Mm-mm. Hey, what are you and that girl trying to find out? Futaki-san didn't even bother saying Haruka-san's name. Even if I told you to stop, I don't suppose you would. I nodded. Is it really necessary for you to do that much for her? You really like her that much? There are girls here who would suit you much better. That girl depends on others too much. She's indecisive. She doesn't care who it is, as long as someone showers her with attention. Or is it just sympathy you're feeling? It's not sympathy. If that's what you really think, please don't ever say that again. Even though I knew about her problems, it wasn't like I was beguiled by her misfortune. I see. I apologize. I guess everyone believes themselves to be the most unfortunate one. There are many different circumstances in the world, and at the same time, there are also what makes up this world. Listening to you, I'm starting to think that you're actually really concerned about Haruka-san. Futaki-san fixed me with her gaze. Could it be that you're also unhappy at the Futakis? Futaki-san did not respond, and wordlessly she passed by me and walked away. Yo, that got her. Haruka-san, there's some newspaper collectives in the reference room archives. There weren't any in the library after all? Yeah, they got some on microfilm, but it seems not just anyone is allowed to view those. Then I guess we should look in the reference room. Today we were looking for newspaper articles from around the time of the incident. I'll go borrow the key. I got the key. Let's go, Riki-kun. We finally left the reference room around the time the school closing broadcast was playing. My eyes are tired. Haruka-san and I were both exhausted. There weren't any papers from around the time that incident took place were there. There wasn't even a copy of the papers that talked about the trial. All we found was a mention of the final verdict and sentence. Looks like we'll have to ask at the prefectural library. Yeah, nothing but weariness as a reward, we returned to our dorms. The hallway of the girls' dorm is silent. Woke up early and left my room. Did that because I didn't want to see anyone. You're up early, Saikusa-san? I turned around and found little Coot there. What do you want? I made myself sound as blunt as I could. Well, Hagusa-san, Little Coot, I've been meaning to say something to you. You're too nice. Hagusa-san, but I'm not sure the likes of you will suffer when you had a hard time someday. Just like you? She was looking me straight in the eye. Her clouded eyes made me feel like she could see through to the bottom of my heart. Is that why you're avoiding us? So we don't have to have a hard time? Everybody's worried about you. Sagusa-san, none of us believe the rumors. Want you to know that much? Just mind your own business, little Coot. That's what Kuragaya-san told me. She said that since this is your problem, all we can do is not interfere. But I still wanted to tell you that. I said something similar to Kanata-san too. Little Coot. I knew that would make you angry. But I'm sad too. But why do family members have to hate each other? They can talk it out with them. I know how important her family is to her. It's so important. She's actually poking her nose into my problem right now. Something she usually never would. So I said it. Stretch, okay? That's why I decided to say it. I doubt talking will fix it. Eh? Since when are you a family issue expert? Wish my family relationship were as healthy as yours. She went all pale. That's the answer. I'm sorry, little coot. I didn't want to say anything like this. I just took it out on her. There are things that you know about but should not pry any further into. Maybe she's just jealous of me. I have the kind of people that she doesn't have. But then again, I'm jealous of little coot too. Of the smile she never shows to me. The kind smile. It's not me that gets it. The two of them look like sisters from a distance. I'm really envious of that. And I feel horribly miserable for being so. Don't call me that. I recalled something. Well, why not? It's not a big deal. Since you have the air of a big sister, I wanted to call you something big sisterly. But I'm not your big sister. And you know that, don't you, Haruka-chan? Kun. That's right, but addressing me like that would humble me in two ways. Firstly, you see me as a substitute for someone else. Secondly, you deny me in my efforts to be your friend. That's what it means to address me in that way. I'm sorry. Yui Ni sounded harsh the whole time she was telling me that, but she was completely right. And that was why all I could do was apologize to her. At the same time, she said that she would stay as my friend, and it made my day. Though I wanted someone who'd let me do anything I wanted. Maybe Yui Ni was aware of that dependency of mine. Wish I were you, little coot. Everybody likes you and treats you well. Everybody should be nice. You should talk to them before it's too late. When you regret doing it, when you really, really regret it. You can't turn back. While you can still reach them, while you can still talk to them. Or else you'll regret it just like me. And that's it. That's all I wanted to say. I'm sorry, Saikusa-san. She bowed deeply to me. She looked sad as she raised her face. I can tell that this girl right before me is considering my problems hers too. It's not something I can do. She's staring at me. I can't stand the look and avoid it. Finally. It was time for homeroom to start. Someone's calling out to me as I was returning to the toilet, from the toilet. Morning, Riki-kun. Morning, Haruka-san. What's up? Here, take this. What? I was making lunch for myself today, but it looks like I happened to make too much. So I figured I'd make lunchbox for Riki-kun too. Go ahead and take it. Thanks. The box is disposable, so don't worry about returning it. See you. Okay, thanks. Now, homework's starting. Sorry, I'm coming. After being scolded by the teacher who was eyeing me suspiciously, I returned to my seat. Lunch break. I quickly dug into Haruka-san's unmade lunch. Ricky, let's go to the cafeteria. Wait, isn't that a lunchbox? Yeah. Lately, it feels like you've been drifting farther and farther away. We're roommates. We're together every day. What's going? Kingo peered at the contents of the lunchbox. Oh ho, that looks tasty. There was a fried hamburger steak and potato salad with cucumber and carrot sticks. Is that from Sagusa? Yeah, I guess it is. There was seaweed sprinkled on the rice with a pickled plum right in the center. This irrefutably had the traditional lunchbox feel to it. Though the choice of side dishes seemed to be more suited for a younger kid. No matter how I look at it, that looks edible. That's a pretty cruel evaluation. I saw Saigusa replace Kamekita's cheap sweets with fakes before. I can't really trust any food brought by her. I guess the muffins and scones she makes are pretty good though. Her chiffon cake too. She's feeding you like a pet, isn't she? But that's not it. Well, whatever. Nothing for it. Let's grab some bread and eat with Ricky. Sorry about that. Wait, I feel bad if you went that far to have lunch with me. What did you say? Crap, now I set him off. Are you saying that even watching me eat makes you feel stuffed and you lose your appetite? Here it comes. But since today, you've got a little lunch made by a girl. Something like that doesn't really bother you? I was surprisingly positive. And so that was how we spent the lunch break. Try to keep you waiting, Haruka-san. Yeah, it was nothing. Just got done changing at the dorms and came over. Thanks for earlier. Haruka-san tilted her head quizzically. Never mind, what are we doing today? was hard to make my thanks sound nonchalant, so I changed the subject. Right, I was thinking today we could go to the bookstore in town and look up books on twins. Ah, she must want to do some research on twin children born from different fathers. Alright, let's head for the shopping district then. I nodded. I found some books on the internet, but I couldn't read their content online. Yeah, it's probably easier to just get the real thing and look there. When we got to the bookstore, Haruka-san paused out front. I'm just gonna go in and ask the clerks, Riki-kun. Wait here. You don't want me to come in? Nope, I'll be fine. Here I go. Alright. I admit it would be pretty embarrassing looking for a health manual together with a girl. I guess Haruka-san was being considerate of me, so I stood by idly letting my gaze wander until... By the roadside, a man was holding onto an older woman. Looked like there was some sort of problem. The people walking around them just averted their gaze and passed by without doing anything. What to do? If Kyosuke were there, he'd definitely help her. Thinking that, I moved toward them. Even if you say that, it's something I can't. Something the matter? No, this man is just holding my bag for me. Beat it, old woman. The man gave the lady a sharp shove. Are you alright? Hurriedly gave the old lady a hand. Ow, sorry about this. Why do such things have to happen? Thank you. I'm sorry for the trouble. It was nothing. Please be careful on your way home. Handed the bag back to the old woman and gave her a gentle push on the back. The man clicked his tongue in annoyance and headed off toward the other end of the shopping district. Sorry for the wait, Riki-kun. Did something happen? Haruka-san came out of the bookstore. It was this guy threatening an elderly lady. Really? What kind of guy? He was wearing a really eye-catching shirt, but if he had a scar on his face, he had a scar on his face, looking like a total punk. Haruka-san made an uneasy face. What's wrong? Oh, it's nothing. Haruka-san shook her head as she gave a negative reply. Did you find the books? I found some, and I tried to read them, but I didn't really get it. It's because I'm an idiot. Haruka-san looked depressed. Sorry for the difficult explanation, but if I properly arranged everything she told me, it would go something like this. Heteropaternal superpedication. Two separate ova fertilized during the same cycle from separate acts of If the fathers were different, the twins would be heteropaternal twins. The only way for that to happen is as follows. The woman must, with two different men within 72 hours, have coitus. In other words, have Haruka-san's face was turning red, but I pretended not to notice. The woman two separate eggs, and with those two eggs are fertilized from different in other words, two different men. Right, I'm gonna skip this because I don't like it. The situation, it's really inconvenient. Really, it'd be so much better if we were just normal twins, because you wouldn't always fight with each other. Haruka-san just shook her head and kept silent. As I went to get breakfast, I spotted Haruka-san and called out to her. Morning, Haruka-san! Morning, Riki-kun. Haruka-san was poking her pancake with a fork, wearing a glum expression. Something the matter? Wonder if she's getting bullied again. It's nothing like that, Riki-kun. As she had read my mind, Haruka-san gave me a small smile. It's just that today they told me to come here for breakfast and then go straight home. So I'm sort of bummed out. Home? You mean your house? Yeah, not the Saigusa Mountain house though. Her fork kept clanking against the plate. Wasn't able to get any clues from the papers back home after all. And I'm forbidden to use the oven. Ha! Forbidden? How come? People warned the cafeteria aunties that having me in the kitchen could cause trouble someday. They were so persistent the aunties finally had no choice but to add to the warning. I can't believe there are people like that here in this school. It's not really that surprising. Haruka-san continued in an uninterested tone. I get pushed out of line in the school store. People make nasty faces when they are crowded together with me in the cafeteria. When we're doing warm-ups for gym, nobody wants to pair up with me. At the sandwich wagon, I have to settle for the leftovers. There are even people who act as though just touching me with it will infect them with something. I think I'm a walking nuisance, I guess, Haruka-san murmured. Whenever I do something, everyone just ignores me. And if I don't do anything, people accuse me of stuff. It's strange. Haruka-san smiled. It was a really pathetic smile. It's just making me a little reminiscent. Used to be like this in elementary school too. Wonder if you could call this nostalgia. Tap tap tap. The sound of her fork hitting the plate continued. Isn't it hard, Haruka-san? It was a stupid question, but I asked it. It's hard. It's painful. Help me. If I said those things, would it change anything? There was nothing I could say in response to Haruka-san's question. It won't, will it? Maybe I like things not changing. You know, the place we are right now is like a huge clock. The cogs are all moving. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Tap, tap, tap. Haruka-san never stopped moving her torque. Even if one of the little cogs gets chipped, it won't much affect the entire clockwork. Isn't that a reassuring way of thinking? During the really painful times, I always remind myself that it will be no problem even if I'm gone, since I'm just another little cog. Thinking that way helps me get my mind off the bothersome stuff. Haruka-san threw her fork down with a clatter. But I promise not to deny myself. I'll endure. I think I'll endure at least. I'm not that confident. Yeah, you'll endure. I know you'll pull through. Today, you see, I'm going to meet with my other dad. The reason I was told to come home early was that she made a face like the words tasted sour on her tongue. After school at Haruka-san's house, inside Haruka-san should be talking with him. I was waiting for her by the front door. Then Haruka-san stepped out of the house. Huh, already done? Yeah, looks like that's it for today. Can we walk while we talk? Haruka-san and I left the house. Sorry for dragging you along. Nah, it's no problem. Though we had gone to Haruka-san's house, she had not met with her other father. From what I could tell, she had called her early and told her that he wouldn't show. I gathered that he's out on parole or something. I mean, even if I met him, I wouldn't know what to do. That's right, you never met him, have you? No, I've just seen his picture. After all this time, I don't think I even want to see him. I don't need to meet him, or to know I hate him, to test him. Haruka spat that out in a low voice. Ah! In the shopping district, a man was lying on a bench with his head thrown back and legs stretched out. He was giving the people passing by hostile glares. What is it, Riki-kun? Haruka-san stopped walking and followed my gaze. She bit her lip. The man was the one I had seen grabbing the old lady earlier. Cautiously, Haruka-san drew closer to where the man lay. What the hell do you want? Sho Saigusa? Though I couldn't tell through his sunglasses, I think the man looks suddenly guarded. You got the wrong guy. No, I don't. You look just like your picture. A bum, a worthless deadbeat. What do you say? Wanna die, brat? Haruka-san, that's enough. Did you just say Haruka? The man's tone was strange. I'm not a brat. I have a name and it's Haruka. The man made an indistinct noise. Sho Saigusa, right? You got the wrong guy. That ain't my name. I could see anger filling Haruka-san's face, so I hurriedly interposed myself between them. What, Riki? Haruka-san, you're getting too heated up. I don't know what's going on, but you're some annoying brat. The man stood up from the bench and suddenly latched out and grabbed me by the front of my shirt. Take that rug behind you and get the hell out of here. If I ever see your face again, I'll mess it up. You even talk like a worthless bum, is what I considered saying to him. He reeked of alcohol and tobacco. Meeting his angry gaze, I wisely kept quiet. Crash! The man walked away, making sure to kick the cafe table on his way. What a guy. I realized something even as I said that. If that was the other father, then... It's fine, Riki-kun. As you can see, he's a drunk and a junkie. The kind of person who would pick someone's pocket or snatch a purse before breakfast. Since I'm that person's daughter, I guess that's what everyone thinks of me, too. Haruka-san's clenched fist trembled in frustration as she hurled out those words. Why does that guy have to exist? For the jerk to be my... Haruka-san continued to let slip low mutters. Haruka-san was sitting on the steps in front of the dorm. Are you alright not going home tonight, Haruka-san? That guy's not coming, and I'm fine without listening to the same old conversation anyway. But it's weird. There's so many things I don't get about this. Haruka-san was muttering to herself again. The things I don't know or can't remember just keep on piling up. I wondered when it all started. Haruka-san, if you're going to the dorms, you'd better go now. If the curfew set in and they closed the doors, it'd be a problem. You over there, it's almost curfew. It was Futaki-san. Showing a little trice before right up to the curfew, are we? Something like that. Haruka-san raised her head. For an instant, their eyes met, and both looked away in unison. See you tomorrow, Riki-kun. I'll text you later. Right. See you tomorrow, Haruka-san. Without looking back, Haruka-san walked off into the girls' dorm. When I could no longer see her, I turned my gaze to Futaki-san. What is it, Riki Naoi? We met with the other father today. I see. Is that all you have to say? What else do you expect me to say? Why did he decide to show his face now after all this time? He had no choice but to come to this town. Those two are the ones sponsoring his parole after all. It seems you know more than Haruka-san, don't you? Why did you think the family showed up to warn me? Futaki-san shrugged. I see. So that's why her relatives had shown up. It's time. Get back to your dorm, Riki Naoi. Futaki-san informed me. Fine. Went back to my own room. I'm back, though it's not like anyone's here. Fudge. Welcome back. Did I enter the wrong room? No, it's yours, but surely it's no problem for me to just wait here for you to get back, is it? Well, of course not. Where's Masato? I think he's in the bathroom. Ah! I flopped onto my bed. Whew! I guess you're not really in the mood for some fun. Yeah, I had a lot of on my mind lately. Hey, Kengo. What? Kengo was reading a manga. I think it was Kyosuke's. I've seen it before. I learned that just because your parents are around doesn't automatically mean you're happy. Well, I'm sure most people are happier that way, but there must be exceptions. Yeah, Haruka-san would be the one of those exceptions, I guess. Being disgusted with and hating each other, hurting each other, is what I'm doing, right, Kengo? Should ask Kyosuke that kind of thing. If I asked him, do you think he'd tell me? What do you think? I don't think he would. Then there's nothing for it but to decide on the answer yourself. I guess you're right. I nodded. The investigation with Haruka-san had hit a dead end. My parents wouldn't tell her anything, for one, and we couldn't find anything in any of the documents we had gone through. What else were we supposed to do? It's like we were fighting against an invisible something. Like we were up against the world, or the plot of a secret society or something. No, that's not right. It was more like we were struggling against an unseen chain, whose links had been long forged by other people. A chain whose links were sharp as blades. Blades that could sever the connections between people, unseen blades. And then it seemed to be any easy way to oppose it. Today I was on day duty, so I had to get over to the classroom early. Huh? As I swung open the door, I saw that there was already someone there. Haruka-san, good morning. Morning, Riki-kun. Haruka-san was sitting by a window. With her chin on her hands, she was gazing out at the schoolyard. It had been a long time since Haruka-san had come over to my classroom. What's up this morning? Nothing special. I just felt like coming to see you. Haruka-san stood up and gazed fixedly at me. With her right hand within her pocket, she stood there saying nothing. What's wrong? I'm sorry. Why are you apologizing? I just felt like I've done something wrong. Something I don't really know. You don't need to apologize for a reason like that. You haven't done anything wrong. When I said that, Haruka-san silently smiled. Well, I'll see you later, Riki-kun. Alright. After Haruka-san left the classroom, I got down to performing the morning duties. After lunch, I was sitting around spacing out when Masato called out to me. Riki, let's do some mini basketball or something to help with the digestion. We've been doing nothing but baseball lately. Sometimes we just need a little change, right? I think I'll pass today. There's stuff I need to think about. Don't you worry that too much thinking is poisonous for your body? And if the poison spreads too far, it'll end up like you, right? What was that? When you say it like that, it almost makes sound like I'm some great thinker. Never thought about that, nothing. Alright, let's finish this outside. Let's go, Riki. Nah, you guys go on without me. I'm fine. Huh? How boring. Then let's go, Masato. Yeah, let's see if we can pick up Kyosuke and Rin too. After watching Masato and Kengo leave, I sank deep into thought again. Wonder what we should do now that Haruka-san's research has hit a dead end. Is this seat free? Yeah, it's free. Wait, Haruka-san? Yeah, hi, Riki-kun. Haruka-san was holding a small box. Woo! What's up? Haruka-san opened the box. The sweet scent of butter wafted out. I think I finally got down to how to bake chiffon cake. Did you cook it in the cafeteria kitchen? No, I used the cooking club's oven. They turned me away at first, but when I got down on my knees and begged, they finally let me use it. Got down on your knees? I just kept my head bowed the whole time, so they said I was a weirdo, but in the end, let me. Haruka-san was smiling brightly, but I couldn't think of a thing to say to her. It's just plain chiffon, so I'm not sure if it'll be sweet enough by itself. If you'd like to, give it a little taste test. Sure, alright, here goes. I cut off a portion and put it in my mouth. Huh? How is it? To tell the truth, I've been trying hard to make the cake soft enough. I baked a lot of them to find the right baking time, and I think at least I managed to make a pretty chiffony one. Tastes kind of dry. The one I ate before was a lot better than this. Is it not that good? As she gauged my reaction, Haruka-san's face clouded. But that's not true. So it's another failure. Haruka-san looked deeply disappointed. I guess it's no good using an oven I have no practice with. You were using the cafeteria kitchen before? Yeah, up until now I was, but lately I haven't been able to get in or use it. Oh, you can't win them all, Haruka-san. That's true, but it's no good if you never get it right. Really? I thought the one you made before was pretty good. Before? Haruka-san made a puzzled expression. By before you mean I gave Riki-kun a chiffon cake before? Eh? Haruka-san raised the index finger of her left hand to her temple in consternation. It could have been. Nah, I couldn't have. Sorry, Riki-kun, it's nothing. Forget about it. Looks like I still haven't had enough practice. What are we gonna do about today's research? That's right, there was the real question of the hour. There's nothing in the documents, not a single clue and all that stuff. I don't know what else we can do. I had asked them after dinner, but Haruka-san's parents wouldn't answer. With that, what else was there left to do? Oh yeah, Haruka-san. There was still one more option. There was one more person we could ask. Let's ask Futaki-san about it. No. The words had barely left my mouth as she shot them down. How should we have to ask her anything? I don't want to talk to her. I don't want to breathe the same air as her. Haruka-san sulkily turned her gaze away. But she might know something you don't. If she does, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to talk to her. Haruka-san, even if I asked, do you think she'd tell me anything? Ha! There's no way she'd answer. I mean, she's probably enjoying this whole situation after all. Why would she do anything to change it? She spoke ill of Futaki-san. Haruka-san's eyes shone with a dark, impure light. But we might be able to get over this roadblock we hit. Haruka-san returned her gaze to mine, and I held it. Did she say something to you? Maybe. But, what? She did, didn't she? Shakily, Haruka-san reached out her left hand and gripped my shoulder. What did she say to you? Haruka-san? It's fine. Go ahead and say it. It's not like I haven't heard it all before. Say it. Just say it. Okay, I'll just say it. It's time for me to end stream, guys. It's been 3 hours, and I gotta go. So, next time we play this game, we'll continue on. However, Disney Dreamlight Valley has an update tomorrow, and I'm gonna be playing that for a bit. So I'm taking a little break from this game, just cause it's so much reading. But yeah, I'll be playing it soon, don't worry. Until then, see you all soon. Bye!